Yeah, no, I'm just waiting for it to like actually.
We are on the Facebook Live. Y'all know how we do, how we start every single video. All J All Day is getting ready to kick off. We got a very special guest in the building. I'm not going to say who it is because, we're not in the circle of trust yet.
Worth waiting for.
Yes, that's facts. That's facts. Just know that he has given us gifts, and I am feeling fantastic.
Gifts are the way to this, girls.
Hot.
How did they
yes.
do it?
It was great.
Okay.
We're going to kick off shortly.
Yes, as soon as my my thing wants to cooperate here, that would be great. It would be absolutely great. But it doesn't want to right now.
That's what she said. Hey, that was a really good Rice Krispie treat, I must say.
Bomb.com, yeah.
Shout out to Indie Rock.
Hey. So, oops, wrong one. That's not what we're trying to do. It said it failed. That's great. Hold on. Why are you failing? Resend. No, cancel. Resend. Please send. That's crazy. It's not sending. Hold on. Where's my Facebook? Let me just check into Facebook. Facebook. What's on your mind? There you go. Paste. Add to your post. Tag people. Sergio, Alfie, Clay.
Hey, right. Okay, let me see. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, we're going to share the feed. Yo, that Rice Krispie treat is official. Like, forgetting everything. What was I going to do?
My guy.
Shit.
My show.
Shit.
Why can't I go live?
I'm
having issues here. I don't appreciate this.
What do you mean? Is it like,
There it is. Just kidding. Found it.
Watch your tone.
Oh, my dude.
You better watch
hilarious.
your tone.
I figured it out, though.
There we go.
I got
right
it
post.
like that, y'all. Oops.
All J.
Let me unplug it.
All Day is live. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, let's do Gmail to, what is this one? Rabbit hole. Let's go this, let's go here. Show.
All right. Tagged everybody that is.
Paste, send, bam.
Gosh darn good.
All right, so now we're at not that. Don't need that, or that, or that, or that. Just need this. And let's get this right there.
We're about to start soon. Hold on. Give me a second. Hey, you all right over there?
No.
Hello. Are you okay over there?
No.
Making a lot of noise on that microphone. Should I mute you? Is that?
Stop
So
it.
maybe if I mute it, maybe people won't know how much you're struggling.
Leave me
Like,
alone.
let's do this. There you go. We don't know. Then she's having a hard time. Completely disaster. There could be a bunch of kids watching, so don't screw up.
smacked.
That's right. It's only 6 o'clock over there. Be careful. Kids are still awake.
We get the graveyard edibles. You know, say, hey,
We
I don't
appreciate.
know about you guys, but
That's gonna be the
I'm
slogan.
good.
Graveyard edibles. I appreciate you.
Okay, Facebook Live here. I'm gonna send you this. Well, both of you, you're getting it, Serge. If you want to paste and copy, send that there.
There we go. Got that and got that. There you go.
That's yours, and then we're also gonna go with Clay. Here's this. You can go like this. Send that. All right, let's grab a picture really quick. The three of us. I'm going to do a. It'll just be like timer. On a timer, me, you, Clay. You're silly. Oh my god, my dude. The timer. 10 seconds to get set up. No, not yet.
yeah, with your mask, fool. Get the fucking program up, fucking. Mask on.
Alright, you got. Well, I'll do a 5-second one. We'll do one more.
can't even tell because my face is covered.
It's all good.
I could be making the dumbest face in the fucking world. I don't even fucking know. What are you doing? Tell me, shut the fuck up. I'm not answering questions about my day. I'm not.
Oh, on my shoulder.
I'm not answering questions about my
I'm not answering any questions about my day.
We shall not discuss this.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna send that to y'all right now. Yep.
Okay, so
Mask off. Mask on.
It's all go.
all right,
All right, hold on. 5 seconds. One.
we're gonna come in with his song. All right.
All right, I'm coming on Facebook now. Go live. Coronavirus. Add to your post.
Yo, who's
Check
doing what?
in.
Who's doing what?
Nope.
Who's doing what? Who's doing what?
Tag people.
Oh, that's you. Who the hell is doing this to me?
Star.
Wow, I look.
Not in there.
It's actually a good placement of the stars of the flag. It's actually There we go, buddy.
Go live. Here we go. Let's see.
All right, you ready? Like that.
Ding, ding, ding. I got everything. All set.
You ready?
I am ready.
All right.
I'm very ready.
All right, in 3.
I help you, my nigga. Nigga phone sent me, just told me to know.
Tape everything, you hear me? Tape everything.
Sit down. Mary, have an officer down. I need an ambulance immediately.
Do not try to leave the building. This will all be over shortly.
Why are they isolated? I don't have more than you do right now, okay?
We were told that tenants inside need medical aid. Jeez,
safe.
Why would you say that?
I can't get through to my husband and my daughter has a fever.
We gotta get out of here.
They're not gonna let us out of here alive, are they?
No matter what happens, keep moving.
My daughter has a fever.
I think I know what this is. We need to stop.
Whose apartment is it? Oh my God.
You have no idea how bad this thing is. The man who lives here.
Stop asking if you can smoke with me, nigga. Huh? When they holler, gray old boy. You cannot hear my laugh. It's the facial, no porno. First a swine flu, a bowl again, not coronavirus. Wreck a ball in your throat, bitch, no mighty Cyrus. Go for me, I punch him in the mouth from the pocket. 30 days, food and water, baby, got supply it. Mathematical resuscitation, fuck them, bitch, and die it. Stay woke, gotta let them know I'm moving silence. They say I know too much, gotta stay silent. You know too much, when it gotta stay silent. CPR bitch joking, I ain't reviving. CPR bitch joking, I ain't reviving. They fighting down in White World, baby, stop the violence. Fighting down in White World, baby, stop the violence, okay?
So if you wonder where you weed or your fashion over fucking package, guess
Stop
what?
asking if you can smoke with me, nigga. Huh? Facts. You cannot hear my laugh. It's a facial, no porno. Nah, I got it, man. Nah, hey, yo, I step into the club, can't nobody touch me. I'm flying by the chain truck, guts running rushy. I jump inside the coupe, jump off, they try and rush me. And you getting mad, your bro, she try and fuck me. It's live more, fuck up, what you expect? Cause when it comes to this beat, you figure fucking my set. I take a look around and plug your hoe, breaking the net. The blood stones in my ears, your boy, coming correct. Don't get it twisted, catch me in the club, two-stepping. Graveyard boys in the club, that's what we repping. Start pulling out in the car, that's what it getting. Elevated, throw my crush linen, cold vetting. Shorty, body shot, go by the you get the flexing. It's blackjack, 21 chicks, he group sexing. Not a baby face, with the cocaine complexion. I'm standing cause I'm wild and jump out, she's getting flexing. Oh, gang no. Oh, gang no. Just to pop out where it's really at, nigga. Look the fuck time it is, nigga. Okay, this is Super, shut it down. Shout out Thursday, Channel, Gino, Lexus, poppin'. Song 2 tone, the fuck time it is. I'm motherfucking sick on the industry, nigga. Yeah, day 36 in the motherfucking booth. Coronavirus freestyle on a motherfucking gang note.
All right. Hey there. Jay here. Welcome to the All Jay All Day show. Woo-hoo. We got a special guest today. And on top of that, we are going to talk a lot about before and after this whole situation, this little pandemic we got going on. We're also going to touch base on some parenting stuff, progressive parenting, you know, single parenting, co-parenting. What you're doing with the kids. It's spring break, so what's everybody doing with the kids with all this stuff going on? What's changed? What's different? What you would have been doing, or as opposed to what you are doing. So, alrighty, we have a little guest appearance here. I'm excited. You guys are gonna love him. Right now, he is going by SCXAR. And I'd like to welcome him into the studio.
Whatever you want, brother.
All the mics are good?
Right here. This one right here.
Yeah, there you go. You can switch the chairs because that one's really low. Yeah, there you go. You can have mine, but then we'd have to like. As long as the guest is comfy. Okay. All right. So here we got Mr. SCXAR, which when I first met him, actually, I met him as Graveyard Boy.
Yeah.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
So here, introduce yourself, sir.
What the business? Y'all guys hear me? My mask too tight.
You
You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you.
Nah. So it is the Graveyard Boy, but everything happens for a reason. So what I did was I decided to embody another moniker. Shout out to my West Coast homies that tell me you got to be able to reevaluate yourself and reinvent yourself every time. So went through some pretty traumatizing stuff, and trying to keep it all under wraps. And I feel like in videos we always got to like make our words connected to this to the music. And I feel like I've been wearing this mask for so long. People like making jokes about me.
You were already wearing a mask, and this was pre
COVID-19. Yeah. So it's like people were laughing at me for wearing these masks. So my homies is like, now they're like, yo, where can I get them? You know what I'm saying? So the music side took a turn for the worse. Shout out to my cousin. I just went through a lot of nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Not that I want to consume the interview over it, because I spoke to my peoples out in Orlando, and they were like, just don't let it consume you on the radio, like, speak positive. So,
oh, yeah, that's
shout
exactly
out to,
what we're going to do today.
Shout out to Alex, who is a 14-year-old. He's my cousin. He's a twin. It's my daughter's cousin. It's really a big deal to me because he had a head surgery. So they cracked his head open from ear to ear. Bunch of staples, a bunch of stitches, and long story short, like, he ended up making it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing to know that he made it through something so tragic. I just want to touch a little base on it because I know he's gonna be watching tonight. It affected my family in a way that, you know, my daughter was affected by it, as well as my family in Orlando. So the music took a turn for the worse, and then you know, some things happen in life that you go through with other people and, you know, friends, you know what I'm saying? You go through friendships and have friendships with people. So certain friendships collapse with people, and you got to restart and just reevaluate yourself. So that's where I'm at. SCXAR is so live. SCXAR is clay. The C's in there, the S is in there. X is in there because, you know, I was on tour with a few people that were crossed out. You know, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. XXXTentacion, rest in peace, Pop Smoke, rest in peace, just to the fallen soldiers, you know what I'm saying, a little peep. There's a few people that are influential in my career that I haven't spoke about, and I have, I'm gearing ready to release a lot of footage on tour, behind the scenes footage with Lil Peep, with Nipsey Hussle, with just certain people that are in the industry that aren't alive right now. Rest in peace, XXX. So the name came about of just kind of cultivating myself, if I can put it like that, just like all of the names that I had. And all my homies are like, yo, people are not gonna understand. I was like, I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? What this world's going through is flipped upside down right now. So I think that's something coming out the woodworks. People knowing who I am and still putting on a mask, and then people that are finding out who I am and not knowing, I think that's pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing, if anybody knows my story previous to SCXAR, the Graveyard Boy, if you know who Soul Live is, if you know who Clay Hewitt is, it's a pretty revolutionary story. So I think all three of those stories built into the story that I'm at now.
Yeah, because when I met you, when you were doing Graveyard, we actually, during that interview, was Star Share's show. Chopping it up with Star. Hey, what's up, Star?
What's that?
Is that she on here anyway? Yes, I was like, wait, did I just see her? That's where I had met you, and I kind of co-hosted with her and got a couple of my personal questions, but I didn't get to, you know, do as much research or get to know you personally, or either way, before now. And actually, it was just really coincidental because I had seen you. Well, we had kept touch since then, but because when I was in Las Vegas, going to LA. You were going to LA.
Yeah.
But I was only going to be there for like not even 48 hours. So this,
Facts.
you know, the connection was pretty near impossible. So that was one real big coincidence. And then in meeting you, not meeting you, but seeing you, I just told Serge this the other day. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just saw Clay. Like 100,000% sure that was Clay going into a shop where I was just leaving out of over up in Spring Hill. So, what had come across you? My Facebook has finally come up. I haven't been on Facebook or any social media or anything since this social distancing.
Facts.
I figured I didn't have it before. We didn't really have it or rely on it before. And what better way to really just do it than just really focus on that social distancing, you know? So when I got back on there, I got my Facebooks back up, and today was my show. I was thinking, gosh, like, what am I going to do? What's going to be great for bringing topics to the table that aren't so negative and that everybody's not so focused on, but at the same time touch a little basis on what's going on. So in a way, we are going to touch on the situation, but more so what it's done and what you're about to do, what we're all trying to do after, you know, how are we moving forward? So I reached out to you today, and I saw your post, and so I had reached out to you today, and luckily, you know, we were able to make the interview happen. So thank you for doing that short period.
Yeah. No, you know what's
short
crazy
notice.
is I'm sitting in the studio, right, and I'm telling all the homies, like, previous, you know, everything that's happening, telling them, like, bro, what are we going to do? Like, everybody's tripping because we're always at the club. We're always shout out to Tanger. Shout out to my homies at Tanger, you know what I'm saying? We're always at the clubs, and we're, you know what I'm saying, outside shooting music videos and just doing things that, you know, we call stealing from the night, which is just basically like going out to homies, taking videos, shout out to Chill, shout out to Sean, just going out and shooting videos, visuals. And so they're like bugging, like, what are we doing? So in creating SCAR, was giving kind of like my homies more something to listen to, like, you know, because they were kind of pissed, like, they know what to do. Like me, I'm in a recording studio, so, you know.
So was this during the whole, we know, this
yeah,
little
SCAR
pandemic
came,
situation?
Yeah, SCAR came about during, I figured, you know what? The world's ready for SCAR. I said that I had SCAR in the bag. If you watch the previous interviews that I was on with Serge, we talked about dibbling, dabbling, you know what I'm saying, other names. I just felt like the world was ready for SCAR, you know, because of what everybody's going through. You know what I mean?
I do feel that. It's a rebirth. I just got that tattoo for Christmas with my best friend. Rebirth, realignment, you know, change. I think this is what really, I feel that this is what this situation is about. It's more of almost like a cleansing. Yeah, not just of the world. I'm talking about internally, spiritually, everything. Everybody needs this cleanse. At first, it kind of seemed a little bit like, God, this really sucks. But as the time has gone by, I mean, you know, the beginning of this year was just shit for me anyways. It just one thing after another. But with this, it just made me realize that this is nothing in comparison to what my world is like. And I was telling you that earlier, is that, you know, what's going on in the world, it's not that it's irrelevant to me. It just doesn't take precedence as to what's going on in my world.
Thanks.
What's going on in your world? You're a single father. We're gonna touch base on that too.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, I'm about to go through a co-parenting situation that I never prepared myself for ever, because, you know, we have this certain path in our mind. We don't expect things like this to happen, so we're not prepared. Well, in making it almost forced on you, I had to prepare myself. I had to prepare my son. I had to prepare my daughter. I had to prepare, you know, my mom, everyone.
It's, you know what I tell people? If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. But you can't be afraid to change. Like, sometimes change is good, and people are so terrified of change, like, they're afraid This is
constricting. Sorry.
I know, you good.
I need to eat. I'm so hungry.
I just feel like change is good, you know, like
have a treat.
I say that to say this. Yeah, let me grab my Pop Brothers at Law card because it'll go straight there. If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. You know what I'm saying? And my Pop Brothers at Law, when I went to the West Coast, basically, I was influenced by Pop Brother Mark. You know what I'm saying? I will definitely show him our interview with this because I'm trying to get this on deck. I'm going to be working with him in order to get the song that we have together, which is the Shut the Fuck Up record, and getting compliant for, getting compliant for anything that you have to do with, you know what I'm saying, marijuana
And-
products across the world. And shout out to the Pop Brothers at Law. Make sure you know the script, the 25 words. I'm just gonna read my 25 words off because I think it's a time for that. I think that everybody needs to know what to do with this because I think that 60-day rule and everything that's
Okay.
going on. I think there's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm
It
gonna try to
says,
multitask here.
no,
Go for
you're
it.
good. It says the
Here's
script.
my-
It says, why did you pull me over? It said, I'm not discussing my day. Am I being detained or am I free to go? If detained, invoke the fifth and you shut the fuck up. And make sure you wash your hands. Shout out to the Pop Brothers at Law. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
stop licking people or things. You know, wash your hands. If you sneeze, like cover your face or go in your arm. I don't know, your armpit. Whatever's the deepest part of you, tuck it in there. Just like,
Oh,
I wanted to aspect the part of the Pop Brothers at Law because what I'm doing now is I'm attempting to get compliant with these new Graveyard Boy edibles. The things I'm doing.
oh yes, let's talk about that. Let me go.
yeah, we had one of these earlier.
So speaking
Yeah.
of that, I know we kind of are flip flopping here through our topics, but we will continue. We will get to the topics that we
Almost there.
have been talking about. Hold on one second. There we go. So
delicious.
speaking of, because I eat all the time. I actually have an alarm set every 3 hours on my phone. Kid you not. I have to show you this so you guys don't think I'm BSing, but.
Serge going
To tell
in.
me that
You
it tells
hear
me
me?
to eat. It's like Serge, you can't. Wait,
said-
we
I
have
I can't help it.
we have to do a review.
Okay, it was great. It was great.
like,
My review, it was great. I want another.
9:30, I've got one at
And I got another.
12:30, I think 3:30, 6:30, and then
It's
9:30
lit.
again. Just to remind me to eat. So right now, it's
Is
It's
there
time.
any time to eat?
it's
Is it a
oh, it's
reminder?
9:27. See, my body.
Reminder.
Perfect.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. This is your learning lesson.
There you go.
You know, habits. Once you create a habit, it's built into your body. It's just like an internal clock, same thing. So these alarms, now I don't really have to rely on it. It's there because sometimes I just, sometimes, very rarely now. But my body almost immediately tells me now, 9:30, it's time to eat.
There you
Guess
go.
what? What time is it, guys?
It's 9:30.
9:27. My
So
alarm
we gotta
hasn't
wait
even gone
3
off
minutes?
yet. And my body said, put something in your face. So today we have Mr. SCXAR here with his graveyard boy edibles.
Oh, let's talk about it.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely a true believer in CBD, you guys. I don't know. I want to contribute this to like the Asian in me, but I want to say it's also because I've had a lot of CBD in my life, and I want to also add that I'm allergic to a lot of medications. So, in trial and error, the only way that I've ever really been able to aid in my pain, times when in moments that I felt like I was in depression mode, eating really bad eating habits, not being able to eat. This stuff will help. Pain, inflammation, anxiety, all those kinds of things. There's different ones. If you can educate yourself on it, there are definitely different strains that do different things. There's a spectrum of the THC and the CBD and all the, scientific stuff that I can't tell you about because I'm just going to eat one of these and we're going to let, Mr. Graveyard Boy here explain to us what his little concoctions are and then while he does that, so I don't want to have you guys watching me stuff my face.
I'm working on with a few cannabis
We're gonna move
conglomerates.
this,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we're gonna actually put some of your right here. So he's
Oh, yeah.
got
So we already had one
Do
and it
you
was
have some of your
delicious.
stuff so you can
Oh, yeah.
actually.
I'm
Right
about to
now
have
we're
another
gonna
one.
go with a Rice Krispie treat. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
okay,
what I'm doing.
So
Rice Krispie treat. That's what you gotta do.
Serge is
I couldn't
on
wait.
his Rice Krispie treat. He couldn't wait for me, but
Yeah, Serge said he couldn't wait.
I'm sorry, I'm going in. And
guess
it
I
looks
wanna
like
show the
there's
Rice
some
Krispie treat.
M&Ms in here or Reese's
Yeah.
or what?
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah,
I'm
those are
gonna
nice.
at the peach
Well,
ring.
we're eating this, so can you explain what I'm eating?
Yes. Okay. So let me I don't know if I have any
No,
more
it's
of these.
okay.
Hold on.
So we're eating these
Yes.
Rice Krispie treats, guys.
Yeah.
With the M&Ms in them.
Num num nums.
1,500 millis.
1,500 milligrams, and
Yeah.
this is full spectrum, just CBD.
Full spectrum.
just
That's full
THC.
spectrum. That's full
Okay.
spectrum. So that is what we call CBG and THC infused. Shout out to
See, look at that.
my homies. Shout out to the
Look
hemp
at, my phone
dispensary,
is telling me.
the bros. What we doing is really huge right now. So I've linked up with a few homies from the West Coast and from the East Coast. to deliver, you know, one of the highest potency edibles that we could put on the shelves, because you have to follow protocol, you know. Obviously, you just can't put anything on your shelf.
Right.
So
Perfect consistency.
what we're doing is we can't give you the basis of what goes into it because that's the
No,
formula.
not
you know.
that, but just what. Okay, so first of all, do you know the type of strain, or like as far as sativa, indica? What are the benefits of this specific edible?
Yeah. Well, what we have is basically what we're using is CBD dominance as well as no. We're using flowers.
Okay.
Okay, so we use flour for. We're not using butters. People complain about the butter and the cholesterol and calories and et cetera, et cetera. So we
what
don't
are
use
you
butter.
using to bind this? then?
Coconut oil.
Really?
Yes.
Coconut oil,
Using
guys.
coconut oil.
Instead of butter, coconut oil. And you know, coconut oil's got a lot of health benefits
Yeah,
to it as
a
well.
lot of health benefits. These are
Delicious.
Yeah, they are so, I'm sorry, that's so rude. They are so good. Like,
appreciate it.
they're not dry. They're not too dry. They're not too marshmallowy, mushy.
No. It's the perfect.
Perfect consistency. I like the ratio to the chocolate. That's always perfect.
And the
I
chocolate
would
chips
love
just
for you
melt.
to make me a peanut butter one.
Got you. It can definitely advertise
love
the
peanut
market.
butter.
So what we're working on right now is a few things that we're working on the market. Is something called
Oh, wait, hold on, real quick, before
yeah.
I smash this whole thing. Should I not?
No, go for it.
Oh, Molly sick. Okay.
Yeah. Woo, that was a lot more powerful than I thought it would be.
9:30, so we'll see in about. Body takes about 30, 45 minutes to digest.
Yeah. So shout out to Hemp
Oh,
Dispensary.
I almost lost that. I would have been so sad. Cried. Probably cried.
My homies basically
I got gold.
they gave me the opportunity of to go out and be my own independent distributor. And I just put the company on my back and said I like what they're doing. I'm gonna go to the West Coast and I'm gonna advertise these edibles for people that are having problems with pain, appetite, inflammation in the body, which is one that is becoming one of my greatest strains.
Okay.
There's just a lot of things that I'm doing medicinally with the product, rather than everybody running around just trying to get high. I took it and I wanted to become compliant. Shout out to my pop brothers at law, again, plug. You know what I'm saying? Just formulated a plan to be able to become compliant and go to the West Coast, become compliant and be able to have it distributed throughout the world so that it would be compliant enough for the United States government and the agricultural, obviously, that would come into looking into what's being built off the product and et cetera, and looking into what you're doing. You gotta be able to be compliant. So compliancy.
Exactly. So does he know what's about to happen with everything going on
Yeah.
now? Is it going to affect your
Well, that's the thing. So you have
growth
you
or
have you have different type of things that are going on. You know, there's people that aren't worried about these low-level parties that are going on and stuff like that. That there's a lot of things going down. And within talks of, you know.
Oh, my tongue feels a little numb. Is that supposed to happen?
The best you made.
No, that's not. Has not a side effect.
That would be hilarious.
No. So
Well, because I have a lot of allergies too, so I'm like, oh wait a minute, what'd you make it with?
No, you could. So basically, what we're doing now is the fight is for compliancy. Is how to get compliant to become legal to sell in stores, and that's what my design was. Because at first, I'm not gonna sit here and try to nonsense. I was attending, you know what I'm saying, low-level parties that we're doing with, you know, just the homies that people are, you know, creating this wave. And there's a few homeboys that I'm not
Someone
going.
saying they'd like to order. So that's the thing. How are you at right now as far as distribution? Do you have a storefront? Or are you just is this just your startup and trying to see where?
Well, I took it because I just didn't want to be, you know what I'm saying, the kid that does, everybody on the East Coast, they formulate you as looking at it like a drug dealer, and you're not. When I'm on the West Coast, I'm
it's not just that. I don't think it's a coastal thing. I mean, you're gonna obviously get generations that see this as an excuse for us to get.
Yeah, I just took it as like the East Coast, more or less. You know, the people that were at the right positions to make things right on the East Coast fell back a little to the people on the West Coast. They started making billions with this avenue. So I knew that when the green rush hit, I knew when I sat down with Pop Brother Mark and I understood that you could become compliant and make something that you're doing be be perfect for what you're doing in the avenue of, in the East Coast, people are being arrested and being taken to jail for smoking a cannabis plant. And I feel like it is being so demonized. I think that it's time for a person to step up on the East Coast and say, you know what, it's not a bad drug like you say it is. It is a medicine, and I am definitely down to say that there's, you know, companies that'll say that it's different, but I tend to believe that when you're doing something like creating medical marijuana gummy bears for epileptic children that are having seizures, that have had seizures, you know what I'm saying, all day, and you give this child a gummy bear and he stops having a seizure, I don't care what a doctor's going to tell me. I'm just going to ask him to tell me why what you said wouldn't happen did happen.
Right.
So, in that aspect, you know, when you don't go to college, you don't have the degree to do what you're supposed to do, because I didn't go to school. I'm an artist first, you know. I was looked at as, you're just a kid, you know, you're some punk kid making something, you know what I'm saying, that's not relevant. And a lot of my homies and a lot of my homegirls, that they're behind closed doors with it. They're afraid to come out and, you know what I'm saying, jump on the radio and have an interview and talk about their product. I know people right now with great products. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I think the problem is because there's so much stereotype behind it that that this is tied to gangs and this is tied to a specific genre of people. You understand? So I think that is the biggest.
And that's
you know, I think that's going to be your biggest battle as far as.
that's the whole thing. It's not even gang culture anymore.
No. What I'm saying, that's the stereotype.
Yes, definitely, most definitely.
And that's the reason why it's harder for us to actually get this, you know, legalized or you know, distributed or feel the safety to even start marketing your business.
That is the wave now. There are people right now that are scared to come up and say that they are a medical marijuana chef. I personally say that I'm not scared anymore. I know that I'm going to be compliant. I know that I'm going to follow the rules. I know that I'm going to do what it takes to make my product be. No, you're fine. I know that it's going to my product to be a avenue of distribution on a level that's compliant, because compliancy is where you can survive. You know, there's a level of severity if you don't. So I just feel like in doing so is the proper thing to do. So shout out to, again, the Pop Brothers at Law, because, you know, on the West Coast, and your compliancy is definitely a point of trade. And when you're in this lane, and that's one thing that I think that people they're demonized as being, you know, drug dealers and this, that, and the third thing. And I know people right now on the West Coast that are eating my edibles that are, you know, can't get out of bed. They have epilepsy, they have cancer, they have pain, they have inflammation, they have cancer in the
Tiffany
brain.
Fairfield says hello, Clay.
You know what I mean? How you doing? I just been across the board with it, and I've literally dove into myself and tried to channel myself as not only a good person to help my people, but what I've learned on the West Coast after traveling there was that I wasn't just some punk kid, you know what I'm saying, that everybody was demonizing me for. Like, I lost relationships to this shit. Like, I lost, like, friendships to this shit, because people were like, yo, you're crazy. And as crazy as I was with the music, as crazy I was with the cannabis shit, I knew that, you know, my little sister, God forbid, because she going to kill me for talking about this and bringing it up, but she went through a spout with cancer. My mom went through a spout with cancer. I lost my uncle to cancer. So cancer was tearing apart my family. Like, it really was just like this war between me and cancer personally. And I had to find out a way
to make it
to make it end personally with me, because if anybody knows my story, if you watch the Demons video online, a cancerous tumor blew out the side of my uncle's body, and it was about the size of a car tire. So I witnessed something so morbid, you know, and seeing something, I went into this depression, and where, like, I just saw so much nonsense from my uncle happen, that cancer really sent me into a depression after seeing my mom get cancer. You know what I'm saying? She almost lost her life to cancer, and watch my daughter stand bedside and be sad, and just like everything that cancer is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it affects millions and millions of people. I felt like it was time for somebody to find something that can help some of these kids that are dying, that are having epileptic seizures. And after going to the West Coast and meeting with my homies, shout out to Ryan Kited and Hood Chef, just giving me like the manifestation to stay true to what I wanted to become, and that was a medicine man, a healer, because at that point in time, my mom had cancer. And as fucked up as it sounds, I was telling my mom back home, shout out to Gina Powers, because she's married to my mom. I told my mom, I was just like, just make my mom smoke weed. And my mom Gina was like, you know, you're crazy, right? Because mom's like straight edge and she don't play that shit.
Yeah.
So long story short, you know, whatever happened, you know, she lost her job for whatever the case. So mom started to go on and experimenting with, you know, the cannabis plant. And fast forward, and I'm probably gonna be pissed off for telling, but it's probably what saved her life. Because every morning I would make her coffee, and she's probably gonna whoop my ass when she finds this out, because I never told this to anybody. But you know, in making my mom's coffee, I would make sure that she had some form of THC in her coffee to kill whatever was left inside of the cannabis plant after I returned home.
Mm-hmm.
And right now my mom stands strong. She has all her hair back, and she's beat the cancer. So I think
There
it
you
was
go.
it was just powerful for me to see
The plant.
that you know, and losing. I went on tour, and this whole thing just was supposed to be about music, but I had to learn something that can literally bring my mother back from the dead. You know, every day I see her, she's just like, "What you looking at?" And I'm just like,
Miracle.
"You don't understand what I see." You know what I mean? Because I see a woman that lost her eyebrows, that lost her hair, reproductive organs, lymph nodes, you know, her breasts. She lost everything that a woman would call herself a woman with. And I tell you, I see my mom, and she stands so proudful to be the woman that she is. And it drops me as a man, because, like, you have to realize that what do men really look at as power in a woman? You know what I mean? When you see a woman lose absolutely, positively everything, like everything that she calls beautiful, a woman calls her eyebrows, eyelashes beautiful, like her hair, like, you know, girls go out and get the boobs, and just there's so many things that a woman possessed to make them look beautiful. And I felt like in a world where my mom was left by the man that created me, and I got to watch my mom grow into the woman that she is and just be the woman that she is, you know, sitting down, and she works at an old folks home. So now she's up, she beat cancer, and now she's at this old folks home hours on end every day. And she don't see what I see. I see a powerful light in a world full of darkness, because she wasn't given shit. I seen her be dropped by my pops, and, you know what I'm saying, be lost that her mom died, and, like, bounce back from her brother dying right there, getting that cancer, falling from cancer, and not dropping the ball. So I guess when my mom's asking what I'm looking at is just probably one of the most powerful people and individuals that I see. And what I call beautiful, and I probably get that a lot, like, you know what I'm saying, girls always aspect, like, beauty as, you know, like your appearance. I think that, you know, beauty in a woman is character after tragedy. I think that formulates what beauty in a woman is, because a girl could be as beautiful as you could possibly be. If she loses if she gets burned in a building, if she loses all of that, what does she have to give you? Just what she got left. So I think that adaptation after tragedy is, like, so in depth to what's going on with my life that I was like, okay, I ain't have no dad. I'm worried about all these situations that I got. But then I see my mom, so now I got reasons to be strong. Took off to LA, came back, not only with the world record under my belt, but with a formulation idea of
we didn't even touch base on, but
the cure for, you know what I'm saying? Not only the common cold, but I'm helping children. I'm helping my mom. I'm helping people across the world that really have questions about, you know, a patient cured is a check lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I talk about it because they're like, "Wow, what you doing, man?" I'm a revolutionary, and my voice, I want to be heard across the world about what I say and what the cannabis plant could be formulated as, rather than us being looked at by our federal government as, you know, drug dealers and, you know, wrongdoers.
Right.
We're healers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're healers.
Yeah, people just need to educate themselves, and it's you know, while we're sitting here and we can't go anywhere or do anything, you know, or pick up a book, you guys have the internet accessible to your hands. Just go ahead and Google it or search it or whatever, you know, platform you need to search
crazy
it.
Because
just look it up. You know,
in that avenue that you say the information is there for us to know. 9 times out of 10, the people that are creating that, you know, saying that stigma that you're wrong for doing this, their parents are dealing with some of these things right now. Mm-hmm. Pain, inflammation, and they're going to be given pills that are going to kill their pancreas and liver and other things of that nature and not know why. And it's right in our face. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do they want us to know that this plant heals the world? I'm just saying, you know, like, everybody got a chance to sit down and dwindle on why. I've been judged so much. I've been looked at. I've been relationships have been broken because, you know what I'm saying, people look at you different when you smoke. So I just represent for all the smoke, all the people that are not just abusing the plant and smoking to get high. Like, actually using the plant for what it's supposed to be used for: depression,
Absolutely.
anxiety, appetite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's so many people that I know, and they're not even these young kids. They're grown, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, that need this anti-inflammatory in their system. They don't know how to get it. You know, so
It hits everybody. It hits all the it hits everyone. You know,
Most
the
definitely.
children. There are a lot of children that are suffering, and if you could just again educate yourself, do the research. You those that have children that are on the spectrum, if you know what I mean, whether it's from autism, Asperger's, those that have seizures, epileptic
It helps
children.
all of that. That's
Those
crazy talk.
are the ones that you really. I mean, parents, you need to at least give it a thought. Open your mind to reading on it, or just watching a video or listening to a podcast on it just for a moment. You don't have to agree with all of it, but just give your mind that opportunity to learn and have that experience, because you know there's been many times nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody wants to be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, like
You're
I
right.
hate these type of people because the na, and then you go to meet someone, you know, or that one type of person that you don't like, those type of people that you don't like, that's the one that pulled over on the side of the road and helped you out on a tire or
Facts.
something, you know what I mean? And then you got to look at yourself like, God damn, you got to reevaluate yourself, and all it takes is educating yourself. That's all.
There's a
It's
saying
real
that
simple.
I like to use when it comes to the cannabis plant, and that is,
Okay.
it's not smart to be stupid. So you know, I just feel like what I'm doing with my Graveyard Boy edibles, the flower campaign. Shout out to people that are really compliant out there on the West Coast, that are really pushing this compliancy. There's a lot of people that are on the back burn that don't have the money to become compliant, that really are hating on it. But I just really want to be the face to my homies that are really still knee deep in these streets, that are doing this dirt, from what they calling it, that you guys aren't just drug dealers. You guys are really healing a broken society.
And if you market your business that way, as that, trust me, it'll be a lot more successful.
Exactly,
Than,
exactly.
and then you're giving yourself a better stigma than the rest of the world, what society believes they're gonna label you as,
It's big
you know.
business. This is why I say it's eligible for compliancy, because
Hey,
I want to be the
Thank you,
first person
Junior.
when it comes time for that wave to hit. I want to be on the shelves with my homies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out my homies, the Hemp Florida. They're a movement that started in the Hill. Two homies that are genuine was just like, hey, listen, man, we see what you're doing. We'll give you a shot. So
I like it.
investing
Oh, it
in
didn't have a label, but-
inserting in everything, like the hookah hookah stuff that we're making CBD shisha, which is called CBD, which is like the hookah and the CBD connected, so that you could take hookah and you can smoke this. So there's different ways that we're giving our audience, a broad wave to ingest, inhale,
Whichever.
and self-medicate.
Right.
And this is what I want to make. I want to make obvious. This is medicine. So when you're out there abusing it, and you just doing that to abuse it, there's a different ball game in that spectrum.
Guys, go ahead and get your medical marijuana license or your card out here in Florida. You can go ahead over at really, if you go into a Sunterra, shout outs, a True Leave, a Move. There are a lot of dispensaries here that there's doctors right next to it, or they'll set you up with someone. I got mine in December from the Cannabis
medical cards,
Expo.
definitely.
What was that, Serge, that we were at with Paul and Tracy all in there?
Was it True Green? Was it True Green?
Well, True Leave is the company
Leave.
that has
Yeah,
other
True
stuff,
Leave.
but it was a Cannabis Expo.
Yeah,
That was sometime in the end of December there.
That's dope.
And, you know, again, those things are great to go to. That's a great place, a great platform for you to spread the word on your business too, because, you know, you have a booth there. You can set
And
up all your merchandise.
It's like a different assortment. It's just not edibles and flour.
Well, that's
We
what I'm
have,
saying.
like creams and
everything.
stuff like that we're using.
Yeah, they had everything.
They had
Yeah,
everything. This is
yeah.
what I mean. Every company like yours
That's awesome.
has an opportunity to have a platform to display all their stuff.
That's awesome.
Everything that you have. Well, you know, I was to my sponsor, Gold Goat. Thank you very much. This is a CBD infused energy drink. So when I was at the expo, they saw me on live, the company, and you know, I love to shout out anybody, you know, especially local businesses. I love sharing anybody that has the drive to create their own and push, you know, to do that. I'm going to support them. So anyways, I got hit up by Gold Goat, and they said, hey, would you like to be a spokesmodel and help us out, try to bring this out there and do something like this where you bring the product to an expo like that. I think you would benefit really well. Just gotta, it sucks right now because of everything that's going on, but I would love to link you with that so that you can get your, because dude, that Rice Krispie was delish. I can't wait for you to go. He's got gummies here, guys. These look like the sour worms, or maybe they're
Yeah, I
not
call
sour.
those the LGBT community.
Okay,
gummies.
see.
So,
Oh yeah, see.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know
So,
what I'm saying? So I had,
bump.
I had
The
to give it out for my
LGBT community.
community. You know
Little
what I mean?
worms,
Had to,
guys.
You know,
And how many milligrams is in here?
1,500.
So there's 4 gummies.
Yeah, 1,500.
And you know they're 1,500 for all 4 of them total.
Shout out to all
I'm
my
not gonna
bros,
eat
like
that
shout out
right
to all
now.
my bros, like, cause there's a coalition of people that really do it.
Hey Mike, hi Ruben.
Shout out to Duck, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Epic, you know what I'm saying? I'm just my bros. Shout out
Thank
to
you,
Phone Crew back in
guys.
LA, Trill, Sean, like there's just so many homies that are out there that are really doing this. Shout out to the Tokers, you know what I mean? Like
420.
it's just there's a
Hey,
crew, there's a
420's coming up.
conglomerate of literal like people that are just helping, you know, people that are going through this crisis alone, you know, with cannabis. I think that the war on cannabis is bullshit, and I'm gonna say it. I think that what we have to do is we have to analyze the legitimacies of, you know, the medicineship of this plant and what we're doing. And I'm gonna be an advocate of that, and I'm gonna be compliant on my wave with this Pop Brothers at Law new single coming up, the Shut the Fuck Up record. I'm excited about just what everybody's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a chance to sit back and listen to what we're doing now. So from the music to the music videos that we have popping.
Yeah, so you're known for the most music videos released in one time.
Yeah.
And how many music videos was that?
So what we have is the most music videos released on the internet. As a matter of fact, is what we're doing right now. So we
Okay.
have 600 music videos on YouTube right now, that we're literally just streamlining. And
when you say we, you have like a production
yeah, I got a
group or
I say a conglomerate. Shout out to Mac Hill. Shout out to Liam Heiss. Shout out to Babkin. Shout out to you know, Splack TV. Shout out to Jalen Brown. These are just videographers that I've come along in my time to work with and have avenues of stuff with them already created. And I'm going to be able to release this, and I want to give them a chance. I want to bring people like, you know, Splack TV, people like Jalen Brown, people like Babkin, Liam Heiss, and Mac Hill. These are people that I've worked with and formulated my team along my travels, and I really think that they should be limelighted as well as me, at least second seat as me when I have a chance to come back. Shout out to Trill. These are videographers that have helped me on the videography tip, because I'm not a videographer, but I'll get a camera and I'll put it together if I need to. So it's just like coming up with this entire documentary. What I'm doing now is basically writing out the middleman. So I found out a wave to write out the middleman, which is YouTube. Everybody, I want you to look this up. I think I'm going to spread more knowledge tonight, and I think I should have not spread this, but why not? We're in a pandemic right now. So they say YouTube is the middleman. You ready for this? YouTube is the dope dealer. We're going to put it like that. How is that, Clay? Well, if you guys bring all of the product to him, right, YouTube, and he's online, right, and he pays it for everybody, and he's getting paid, but you're not, what do you call that? Oh. So let's get into it. So how do you erase YouTube out of the picture? Or what you do is you find out a way to get a free Roku channel, and you upload your videos to Roku, and you monetize your videos on Roku, and you get all of your streaming royalties, and YouTube doesn't touch a thing. I'm not going to say that again. It's probably recorded, but you should get all your YouTube royalties by writing out the middleman.
Oh, no.
Graveyard shift.
There you go. Yo, what's up with where the Graveyard Boys at?
Say that again?
Where they at? Where's my favorite white boy? I ain't seen him in a minute.
Where the Graveyard Boys
Where's
at?
he at? Every time I see him, I see you. Where's he at?
So
he ain't here today.
Trill got the baby tonight. Shout out to Trill. Shout out to my
Okay.
baby girl Mara, man. Like that's my. He got a daughter. That's my little best friend. You know, he got to be out there with her because you know this virus, whatever you want to call it.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, he got a daughter. So shout out to Sean. Happy feet. We gonna make sure that the Graveyard Boys is back. I think I'm gonna come back within a few weeks and try to get right. Shout out to the Graveyard Boys for not being here with me, but you know we made it. That's what matters. And they're gonna see this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, they talking about us."
Should have been
They
in.
talking about
I'm used to
Sean.
every time I
They
go to
talking
Tango,
about
I see him
Trill.
chilling
They talking
in,
about Theo. They
chilling
talking
in the
about,
VIP spot.
They talking
Sorry,
about
guys,
Zoe.
I'm fucking up with the camera.
You know,
Hey, guys, I'm sorry.
it's all the homies, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, shout out to these edibles.
let's say again.
Shout out to the edibles.
Shout out to the Graveyard Boy
Can't even
edibles.
say edibles.
He said he can't even say
Surge
edibles.
is back there
If you watched
somewhere.
the beginning of the show, he forgot half the show was on. He just
Yeah.
first 5 minutes of it, he just
Okay,
went
he had
AWOL.
one. He has one job, guys. One job. One job. Shout
Wow.
out to Go Goat again.
That's it.
Steve McCowie and Will. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It's all gone. Sorry, I just maybe before I got here. Really great for you as far as keeping up your energy and also keeping your body nice and pain free. And also definitely love using this before my workouts and after my workouts because with all that. Bleh. Thank you for the edibles. Thank you, Go Go. So,
Edibles plus the Go Goat.
it's made everything just kind of
Shout out
relax
to the
at this
space
point.
cookies.
Yeah. Oh, so he's also got these space cookies. What do you?
Oh, they gonna talk about it.
Oh, what's up with the cookies though?
What's up
Yeah,
with
they-
the cookies?
I
Why
saw
She
you-
wasn't trying to pass the bag to me.
Yeah, those are
I
She want to
am
show
passing
the,
the bag.
but you want to show
5,000
off.
milligrams.
This guy over here.
But you want to show off the bag.
5,000.
It's always
Want to watch your
talking.
mouth.
5,000 milligrams.
Word.
5,000
Let me see.
milligrams
Take one
of
out.
cookie.
It's a shadow.
Can I see one?
It's
Yeah.
called a shatter cookie.
Yeah, space
Let me
age.
see one with my mouth.
Going up today.
Let me
No
turn
problem.
this around. You guys
tuned.
seen
Wow.
this? Okay, hold on.
Wow.
We got these
Wow.
space age. Ooh, shit.
There you go, knocking everything on.
Space age cookies. Okay, so it's got shatter on it.
Shatter.
Wait, and chocolate? Or I got 2 cookies. Maybe I got 2 cookies.
You know how many cookies I got?
Wow.
Zero
Check
cookies.
that out.
Just give him one. Just give it to him. Just give him that one right there. He good.
There you
There's
go, give me
more
that.
cookies.
Yes.
There's 2 cookies.
Trust me.
There's 2 cookies.
Listen, I
Trust me.
still got a function today.
You good.
I am going to take a little.
That's a really
cookie.
big cookie.
That's a huge. There's 2 cookies smashed together. See, there's chocolate on top. That or whatever he says. What is this on top?
I don't
Aside
know.
from chocolate.
Shatter cookie.
Shatter. Shatter. Shout out to the shatter cookie.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. I'm only gonna do this really
Shout out
tiny
Hemp,
piece
Florida, man. For
because I still have a show to run.
Real.
So, my dude, I'm gonna taste this. I'm gonna do a taste
We shall
test.
take all orders through Surge General.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Speaking of orders, yes, I had a couple people already asking, how do we get this wonderful magical thing? Well, stay tuned. DM me. I'm pretty sure he's on here. He should be tagged on here. But if not, get on my page and or DM me if I know. So here's to the space age cookie. Space
cookie. You over there?
Cookie.
You good over there? Yo, can we get Surge's face?
Mm.
You alright, Surge?
Hey, 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 what are you feeling?
How you feeling, bro?
That is a lot of weed. Oh my god, it smells like, it tastes like a bud. Like sugary, caramelly bud.
How you feeling, Sergi?
It's like somebody took a nug.
It's all gas, no brakes.
Listen,
If you can finish the cookie, I'll be surprised.
it's like somebody took.
Surge hit stage left.
Serge, tell me I'm not right.
Dylan, where you at?
Does it not taste like a really fresh nug that's dipped in caramel, and then a little sprinkled with like maybe a little chocolate and
I tell you, man.
Yeah,
Tip.
it's delicious. And then the chocolate is like got that caramel vibe to it. Where
That's
it
what I'm
comes up.
talking about. It's just that consistency. It's just consistency and then that taste and. But literally a nug in my mouth. I was chewing a nug, but
Not
it
bad.
Shout out to the Graveyard Boy Edibles, man. You know what time we on?
And all I had was that little piece, so we'll see where we're at in a little bit.
How did it feel?
I mean, it tastes
Right
great.
now, I had a cookie and a half.
He about to eat the whole thing.
Right now, I've had one of these Rice Krispie treats, which is 1,500 milligrams. I've had maybe 5%, maybe not even, of the space cookie, which is made with shatter.
I need everybody to look at Lulu's face.
This is
Just look at her eyes.
It's delicious.
this is what? This is
I need everybody to look at Serge's eyes.
Are they open?
Please and thank you.
it's really delicious. I love both the treats, the consistency,
What is
the taste. Oh,
What
so
flavor is
this is this that I don't remember. I have to get the box.
Life.
But this, by the way,
Love
is
it.
from True Leaf.
Shout out to them.
Yes, shout out to True Leaf. Excuse me. This is a full spectrum. It's the CO2. I want to say it's
Distillate.
yeah.
Distillate.
So they it's a sativa. It's a full sativa, and really,
That's a
makes me
delicious
pretty much
cookie.
eat it. I mean, if you maybe
That's a
4,
really
5,
good
6.
cookie. Despite, you know what I'm saying, all the extra stuff, but without all the extra stuff, it's delicious.
And I make those, bro,
Yeah,
from scratch.
that's
God's my witness.
delicious.
God's my witness, bro. I promise you.
Well, I found myself a cook. I thought I was the shit, you guys. Like, man, because I make some bomb ass gummies. I make some really great chocolate, homemade chocolate.
Oh, it's lit.
Homemade
Never
peanut
shared, but
butter
continue.
and honey. Yeah, I mean,
I
you
never
know,
shared.
when you were
Never
when I
shared.
was doing
Ever.
the house
Never tried
wifey mommy thing, all I did was cook
Never shared it, but go ahead.
and bake and.
So what do you think? You think the edible? So on a ratio from 1 to 20, both you on the edibles and then the cookies.
Just the cookie standpoint, out of 20,
Yeah, from 1 to 20.
I gotta go with like a 17, a high 17,
a
maybe
high
18.
17.
Just off of it was soft, it was chewy.
Okay, what are we going on?
The little
'Cause we can't do-
chocolate
we
in
can't do
between
food yet,
both
so we're
cookies.
just doing
So
taste.
now is both cookies one cookie,
Well,
or did they
No,
just
that
happen
was
to?
2 cookies.
the cookie is made with
Is it like a sandwich?
yes.
Okay, so that's
So,
one
yes.
cookie
Are you
then.
sure?
Yes.
It's like a sandwich.
Yes. I sandwich most of them.
So
because
one
you put them
cookie
in
is
there.
technically 2 cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why
So
there's so much
2,500 each
yeah,
cookie.
Bing,
Yeah.
bing. Yeah. So you don't know that until you
It's delicious.
just let me know about an hour from now. Hey, Clay. Life is right.
My metabolism's really fast.
About
so
an
I'll let
hour
you know
from
in
now, I'll be
20,
lost
30
in the studio. I don't know how to get back.
It's all good. We still got so now listen.
How's everyone enjoying my
You just
dreads?
gotta finish
I
on
just started
to
my
the
dreads.
peach
I hope
cobbler,
you like
but
it.
nobody else but y'all two are gonna be involved in the peach cobbler.
Peach
That's just-
cobbler?
Yeah, we're gonna do the peach cobbler. before
Okay,
we-
so by the way,
Yes.
he also has his own strain.
Yeah.
Mr.
So what you want to call it is
You know what's
I don't
crazy
want to
because I
disrespect
thought
anybody, but it's generation changer, God's pussy.
Oh,
Don't ask.
I thought I had a lot
No,
of
that makes
nicknames,
sense.
and
That
I,
makes sense.
you know,
But that's
but
what
this
it's
guy
called.
here,
Because everybody knows
might
God
have
is
me
not a
beat.
man.
Beat with
So,
what?
like I said, I met him as Graveyard Boy. I know his real name, and then today we met SCXAR. So, he also has a strain of his own that he's created, and I've asked him to please make me a Lucy Lou and an All Day strain.
I need 1 month, 30 days.
Can I get some butter? Can y'all
And-
make me some
And I
butter?
Yes,
can
I
make
can.
you some really good.
Because I'm big into
But I need
like
to know what you
baked
want in the strain.
potatoes.
I will, for sure.
Throw some butter
That's
in a
what I
baked
need to know.
potato.
Absolutely. And
Shout out to
on
Hemp, Florida, man.
yes, shout out to everybody who
It's
is
delicious.
on this, making sure that you're medicated properly. Moving on.
Facts.
I just recently saw
Transitions.
something with you. As who doesn't know who Salt and Pepper is? If
Oh.
you don't know who Salt and Pepper is, I can't fuss with you. I can't fuss with you. Let
did
me
you
just
see?
say,
What
let
did
me
you-
just ask what that was about because my guy, she is one of my crushes. Like,
I'm just going.
please.
What did you
Allow me.
I'm gonna say it like this. What did you see?
I just saw your post on with her on it, so I just wanted you to elaborate what that was about because I love Salt and Pepper and Pepper.
Okay, so
I mean,
if you didn't see, which we will be releasing shortly, we had a rooftop party where there was skating on the rooftop, and there was like a vert ramp, and like ASAP Ferg showed up. The Phone Crew's hood chef was doing burgers with medicated swag sauce. You
Wow.
know, yeah.
Medicated.
It was really a viral movie. Like,
Wow.
so
Of course.
I'm like walking into the place, and like I see somebody fighting with they mans. And I don't mean to put nobody business out, because I know.
Nah, go ahead. It happens. It happens every day.
I know she probably gonna hit me and be like, "Yo."
You didn't say no names.
So you know,
This is a hypothetical.
we was in the spot, you know, and you know there was cameras. You know, I'm very visual with the cameras.
Thank
So
Lorenzo. Oops.
the cameraman
Ooh.
turned around and was like, you know, flick. She was kind of close. Flash. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that picture kind of took off. There was a couple, like, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
Hip Hop DOA and, like, you know, other companies like hit me up and, like, want the story on why is Clay over there with
Peppa. Okay.
with Peppa, like, what?
Well, I
what?
appreciate you sharing that story
Yeah.
with me, because
So-
I needed to know. I was like,
Peppa,
wait,
cool
what?
people. You know
As
what
I
I'm
was stalking you, before our interview. Okay, what's this about again?
Yeah,
and I was
Peppa-
like, skirt.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
I must know then. I
Yeah.
must, and thank you very much for sharing that, because again, I love Salt and Pepper. Anything in that
Amazing
era,
artist,
I
amazing
am
artist.
a '90s hip hop girl, '80s, '90s, all that genre of when raw, real fucking rap, R&B, and hip hop came out.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
The birth of what we call
The
good
essence.
hip hop. We can play something. We can drop a jam
so
right now.
we do have a jammy jam of heads, guys. If you guys would like to hear, huh?
Let's see what.
Jammy jam.
Jammy jam?
I
That's
just
what she
got
said.
done referencing
That's
the
my
80s
dog.
and 90s, so yes, we got a jammy jam. What is? He's got one job and all. Talking over there, always fucking talking.
I feel so attacked right now.
Thank you.
I'm attacked.
All I said was jammy jam. That's it.
Girl,
That's all
I'm
I said.
trying. You inspire me. I love you. I miss you. Get your ass around me again.
Jammy jam.
Well, I'm back, so.
So which one are you going to throw on Letter to
gotta hang
Hollywood?
again.
Is that the one?
I
Thank
want
you,
to say,
Lorenzo.
yeah. I
So what are we
definitely-
going with, Clay? I'm sorry.
I definitely want to go with Let's just talk about there's a certain tragedy that happened in the city with one of my homies.
Okay.
I can't talk too much on it because he's still on the run. But word has it that one of the homies like did something in the streets, and it really affected me because he was one of the bros, and something happened that there was like a murder, and I guess his pictures all over the internet. And my homie called me. I'm in LA, and my homie Bones called me. He's like, yo. Now mind you, these two cats I'm not gonna say they had beef, but they just didn't like each other. And like I kind of was like the median, like, yo, these homies over here rap, these homies over here rap. So every time we would go somewhere, like, there wouldn't be beef, but there'd be like tension.
It's that
You know what I'm
tension,
saying?
yeah.
And
I
when
agree.
you're a homeboy that's in the middle, you're
It's
like,
hard.
yo, we love each other. Like that's whatever.
Just smash it for this one moment,
Yeah.
right?
So I get a call. I'm in the studio. He hit me. He like, yo, you seen that shit on the news? I'm like, what you talking about? He like, yo, your man's. Yeah, your homie did something he on the news, bro. Now, mind you, imagine your homie calling me about your homie that he don't like, but necessarily telling me, yo, he in trouble. So I'm like, damn. Of all people, he called me.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I'm like, damn. And it's not even like that. He called me like, yo,
Yeah.
everything's squashed. He was, you know what I'm saying? We cool. We friends now. Through the mutual friends that he had, I guess, or whatever. Whatever the case may be, man, shout out to my homeboy Tiz, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going down.
Sorry.
What's going on, but Letter from Hollywood, I got the news, and I just really feel like this music that I'm bringing to the radio and that I'm bringing to the platform now, I really feel like people need to start paying attention. Because I'm really going to start talking that talk that everybody want to listen to, and everybody like, ain't nobody saying that stuff anymore that's like, did you hear what he just said?
Right.
So, Letter from Hollywood was me penning home to everybody, you know? There's a lot of music that needs to be heard, but Letter from Hollywood is definite, it's almost a rendition, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of took it was like a beat that was built that I think Meek Mill did, and it just felt good. So, Letter from Hollywood.
Okay.
You know?
Here we go, you guys. Letter from Hollywood.
Nigga like fuck. I love you, my nigga.
Yeah. Man, my city fucked up, I lost his to the violence. And people overdosed, he never opened his eyelids. The death of my nigga Pop got me moving in silence. They gunned down X and did Nipsey the same way. Rest in peace, my nigga Smoke Bank rolling the grave. America, a bunch of sheep, me, our minds a slave. Rest in peace to all the greats that paved the way. The government gon' try to silence this shit. I gotta say, man, I'm tired of the bullshit. We trapped in the maze. Parents not leading by example when their kids won't be straight. 6 years old telling their parents that their kid won't be gay. This shit talk, my nigga. Yeah, their agenda is hate. The world got a virus, and Trump said it's okay. But they dropping out the sky like it's DOA. Put the guns and drugs down, man. The world need change. I'm Tupac, you call him Ice Cube in better days. He went from trapping them G's to trapping them B's. We was kids with a dream, and let's take money by any means. We was get to the bag. We were serve all them fiends. We were trapping in the studio, nigga. We rolling trees. We were get to these G's. We were serve all these P's. We was kids with a dream, and let's take money by any means. We will get to the bag, we will serve all the things. Watch a nigga come up and lose his life to the streets. I'm Biggie, I'm Pun, I'm Jam Master J. Scotland Rock, Busy Big, and Cool Mo D. I'm 50 Cent, no G Unit, I'm a mortal technique. I'm dead president, Brenda with cannabis and Mob Deep. 4 elements of hip hop in my soul, my skin deep. Stop talking to these two-faced hoes, I talk the beats. Pillow talking with your daddy, cause she letting me beat. Kid drop the kids off at the pool because she swallowing skeet. Only thing we ever had in common with these pussies I beat. I broke your new nigga heart, we had a pawn in the stew. Sipping tea, motherfucker, yeah, I showed it to the crew. Ask about me, my nigga, yeah, I thought you knew. This life hard, I got a mask in my insides too. But the skies get gray and the skies get blue. Put a smile on my daughter's face, yeah, that's all I do. I bring the change, I am the change, I'm the motherfucking truth. Went from trapping them G's to trapping them B's. We was kids with a dream, and let's take money by any means. We was get to the bag, we were serve all them fiends. We were trapping in the studio, nigga, we rolling trees. We were get to these G's, we were serve all these P's. We was kids with a dream, and let's take money by any means. We were get to the bag, we were serve all the things. Watch a nigga come up and lose his life to the streets.
Sis, wherever you at, I love you, my nigga. I got the news. I wish you could've did it a different way, but it's all good. I'm glad you alive, my nigga. 30-day quarantine, generation change worldwide. I hope you hear my voice. You know the face, you know the name. It's a revolutionary kid, generation change Clay Hewitt. I like to introduce you to the untold stories. SCXAR. I'm back. That's a promise I'm gonna keep. Feel me? T-Sugar in the West Coast, Lim Heights, Mac Hill, what up? Fuck crew, kited. You know what the fuck time we on, nigga? Tread, what up, man? Hood Chef was poppin'. Funk crew. So let's go. Man, it's cool, man. You know what time it is. Chill. We in here, yo.
Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Got cash on me blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm about that rum too with it. Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Got cash on me blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm about that rum too with it. I might hop out of a ghost. Honestly, nobody knows. I get deflection, women be jacking, but I be doing the most. Yeah. Got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm about that rum too with it.
I said I'm back in the city, I'm fucking the check up. I just can't fuck with you hoes. Flexing on bitches, I'm fucking the check up. I'm blowing the gas, I'm addicted to dough. Stacking the paper, I'm blowing these bags. Gray yo boys, we dashing the blow. Stacking this paper, I'm blowing these bags. The gray yo boys, we dashing the blow. Hop in the coupe and then light up the roof. Hoes said they tell me the kid is the truth. Dope in the front, so I light up the booth. In the flavor get baby, you know you some goose. Flavor get baby, got those with the goose. What you can if you try and get loose. What you can if you try and get loose. Shady come away with baby, cut the kid, got a juice. Roast up to the baseline, got a moves. Everybody know live scrap with a tool. Showed up to the club, ball full of goons. Everybody scrapped up and the light go boom. Back from the dead, I was scar with me 2.40 for nippers. for you. Gang.
Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm bout that rum too with it. Hey, hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm bout that rum too with it. I might hop out of a ghost. Honestly, nobody knows. I get deflection, women be jacking, but I be doing the most. Yeah. Got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm back I'm two with it. Yeah, I'm two with it.
Bitch, I'm strapped up, then I back up. Share the room when a young nigga act up. Mask on, you a fuck boy, youngin'. Better tell your whole sack, got a mask on. Chase, your dreams, yeah. Better know you gotta repeat. Been talking up on the block. Whole team just like Big Mitch. Whole win with no defeats. Took a flight to the hills, it's cheap. 500 pass on the jet. Probably be back in like a week. Told trailer pot the trunk. We got that shit for cheap. She told me she love me, she love the music, she love the treat. Took her trip to Bora Bora. Boy, you smoking 10 and G. Twist these flavors up, I'm smoking, blowing guns of OG. Blunt at the blunt, homie girl, I'm about to OD. So keep my name on about your mouth. I have my killers, go beats on the plane.
Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm bout that rum too with it. Hey, hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm bout that rum too with it. I might hop out of a ghost. Honestly, nobody knows. I get deflection, women be jacking, but I be doing the most. Yeah. Got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the tube with it. I'm bout that rum too with it. Yeah, I'm too with it.
What's up? It's good. All right. Did you guys enjoy that? I did.
More music.
Faux show. I'm gonna have to throw in some of my daughter, Mayjoy. She is an artist out in Las
Lit.
Vegas. She also works with a band called the Noir Movement. I have watched these kids go from high school to where they're at now, which is just makes me proud. That's all I can say, I guess. I just
Lit.
watched them live not too long ago. And again, it melts my heart to watch the audience, the way they interact. And that's something that, you know, when I had first met Graveyard Boy, aka SCAR, he, you know, did a little thing, and it's kind of, it makes me feel great to see other people's reactions in music, because music can speak volumes to so many people that feel like they're in silence. So shout out again to Mr. Scott here for his music, and also my baby girl. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're safe. I hope you are, you know, taking care of yourself the best that you can, because I taught you well. But I'm going to share a little bit of your music in a little bit here. I hope you don't mind. Everybody look her up, Mayjoy, Maejoy. Her Instagram, or what is it called? What is Spotify? All those music platforms, you can catch her on there too. Ooh, that is loud as a moan. Lord, if you guys knew right now. Hey, Corey. How's
me
it
see that.
going? OMG. Wow, it smells like... Okay. So, I'm
Never
awake.
cease to amaze me.
I am wide awake.
got some shit.
It's crazy because everyone, I always feel like I'm the one that stinks when I come into a room. Not stink in a bad way, but that smell.
That
There's
loud.
like, they
Graveyard
know,
boy.
like they know I got that fire in my purse. But no, man, what the heck? Ooh, I bet you that's
know you're
permeating
lost.
through the freaking hallways. Aw, thanks, babe. Thank you for joining the show, everyone. Again, we have
Jeez.
we have SCAR in
Sky.
the building today. My guest
SCAR.
appearer, and we also, always and always, we have the Surgeon General right there. We are we are about to touch base on the next topics, but we are gonna actually go on. Man down. Can I get a? Yeah, we're gonna go on a commercial break.
That's what. Yeah.
I'm a lady and I must tinkle. So what else? I don't know what else to tell you.
No.
Hey, where's that one voice?
Which one? This
Oh
one?
Lord, here we go.
Please stay tuned. What the hell? No.
That one.
One job. He has one job, guys. Empty ways. Coronavirus.
Dear Lord.
I will be back. Thank you guys for joining the All J All Day show. We'll be back with segment 2 in a moment. We're going to take a commercial break. Thank you, Scott, for all your yummy edibles. Because right now, I need this commercial break.
Boom, boom, boom.
Graveyard Boy edibles.
All right. What track you want me to throw on?
Play whatever you want.
All right. You sure?
Not dear Alex.
All right. We're throwing that Gen A.
Oh, okay.
July.
Oh, God.
Intro it. Give me
All
the
right.
intro.
Yeah, all right, so,
So, here.
And then she's got 4 minutes.
1 second.
shout out to
You should
Janae.
probably hurry now while you still got a chance while he's introing.
You know what we're
yourself.
doing on the East Coast to the West Coast. Shout out to the 60s. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to Corrupt. Gotti. You know what we're doing on the East Coast, man. We love you, bro. I'm just loving what I'm doing. The fans is just stay in tune with what we're doing. Like, the movement is growing. East Coast to the West Coast. Shout out Surgeon General.
Oh.
J all day. You know what time it is. Yeah. Today. The wave. Viral.
But still, crazy stuff is gonna happen in my life, and you're gonna be sad song.
Fire this don't require.
Yeah,
Girl, yo, boy. Scar.
great, right?
Scar.
Yeah, I've heard.
Girl, yo, boy, shit. I took your bitch too. 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 Yeah, I took your bitch too. Yeah, I do it big. I can pawn her, yo, bitch. Let's sit back on the sofa and let's light this split. Intoxicated off the love that she got from the kid. The first time she smoked blunt, she fell in love with a dick. Tired of all these fucking hoes, started you not my bitch. Ask Trill if I'm lying, that little bitch is a trick. Call that nigga the same night, cause I wanted to dip. This not love, it's only lust. When that dick in your hips, these ex-hoes be getting mad, cause you taking a pic. I told them all to get the fuck from around your back in this bitch. Probably asking how I got Janae all on the mix. Realest coming solid shit, now you part of the riff. No explanation to these hoes, I'm just trying to get rich. No explanation to these hoes, I'm just trying to get rich. I got my eyes on the prize, me and Trill in the 6. So in the low, 40, now I'm fucking your bitch. Gripped up. Take your bitch too. I took 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 your bitch too. Dear women, you can't love by laying all up on your back. Dear women, you can't love by laying all up on your back or giving your mother nature to a man. Took it back, I told them all, fuck them all. I'm a blackout on the track, going ghost. I got demons, now I unleash them over wax. I'm going ghost, I got demons, I'm unleash them over wax. My nigga, this that hurt. I be swerving in the Lex, not the Cadillac, the Galaxy. I got stars in my pack. How the fuck you come up with this shit? Yo, live, this shit's a rap. On the road to greatness, every track I drop, it's the map. I can paint this shit's deep, can't wait, no cap. I can paint this shit.
shit's deep. S&N, no cap. Destination to the top, shooting for the stars in the back. I just want some peace and silence and roll some woods out the sack. See my vision so serene. Damn, you used to have my back, but you believing in the bullshit, so I left them on the track. California trips, baby girl, yeah, it's a fact. One day they gon' study my discography as an artifact. That's a fact. He spit crack 200 tapes, and that's on that. Designed to be immortal and put SCXAR up on the track. Born back from the dead, they killed Clay. Ass black, 2020, yeah, I'm coming. Boy, you know that's a rap. 2020, boy, I'm coming. Yeah, you know that's a rap. 2020, boy, I'm coming. Yeah, you know that's a rap. I'll accept the apology, but baby girl, there's no going back. Okay. I took your bitch too. 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 I took your bitch too.
That was Graveyard Boy featuring Jhené Aiko. I don't know the name of that track. You have a name for that track? Wonderland.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, these edibles is on point. Graveyard Boy edibles, get them. We're about to throw on this real quick mix. Grandmaster Flash mix.
Let me get my shout outs right quick for you to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got some shout outs to Orlando. Shout out to my grandma Lee, man. She don't be getting no love because she in that back room thinking that nobody care. Grandma Lee, I'll be home soon. I'm just on tour chasing this greatness. Shout out to my cousin Alex. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my little sis. Shout out to Rosa, Jasmine, her new baby coming into this world. You know what we doing. Shout out to just the city, man. Trill, Sean, 352. Shout out to Euphoria. You know. Just everybody that's rocking with me from East Coast to West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Shout out to Wee Woman, you know. Just the team is focused from East Coast to the West Coast. My conglomerate, my collective is ready. Just got a lot of shout-outs for the world. I'm glad everybody paying attention. I'm going to give them something to watch. I promise.
Word.
Everybody sitting in their house in this quarantine, so I promise you this. I'm going to start giving music videos to Surgeon General and Lucy Liu to drop every single Friday night, so y'all guys can get the wave on the East Coast, because I'm tired of the East Coast not having the wave. It's time to wake them up. Yeah. Every Friday night. Remember I said that. Every Friday night, I got a new video for you.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's Grandmaster Flash mix by Gator Ryan. We're going to be right back in about 16 minutes, roughly, maybe 17, depending on how you count.
Taking it back like slap bracelets and hyper-colored shirts.
I love that.
Taking you back.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back. Junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails. Used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango. Skipped the life and dango. A zircon princess seemed to lost her senses. Down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she can tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, call, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
We're coming, we're coming, we're coming, we're coming, we're coming, we're coming, we're here. We wanna rock you. We're the kings of swing, we're chosen to rule. The things are clean inside the cool school. We're the chiefs of relief, contain my wild beast. The finesse of the west, the masterpiece of the east. The bars of cars, the lord of avoid. The ones with the platinum vocal cords. We're the science of desire, with a magical might. The monarch of the dark in the night of light. We advertise, is specialized in the exercise that will energize the young ladies' thighs. Cause all the fly guys make just to rise right before the rise. We're the earl of the world, in the air of flame. The duke of dare, the mayor of debonair. Got fine, drink wine, keep dancing, dine. Got a first class female, also fine. Hey baby, whatever you do in life, girl, I just want you to always be happy. To the bridge, and keep on shaking that thing. I want you swinging and swinging and swinging. Tell me now, hey, like dynamite before it blows. Who needs the band when the beat just goes? Boom.
The official adventures of
The magnificent hustler supreme. Grandmaster, say it loud. Say it, my man. Mama say these outside, side. Where there's at? My arms brown, my legs are bow. Hey, I got an ET this, an ET that, an ET ball and an ET bat. I got an ET shirt and some ET shoes. I even rock an ET under rules. So for all you fly girls who like fancy clothes, we know where to buy ET pantyhose. Okay, baby. Yo, man, y'all be rocking, but them other groups is fresh. What? Yo, man, all them other MCs is soft as shit. They know they smell.
the official adventures of
The magnificent hustler supreme. Grandmaster. And off of that you can't refuse. We're giving up high and you got to come because you're the one. Red, yellow, black, white or brown. In our own way, or we can all get down. So just take your time, enjoy yourself, and you'll rock as good as anyone else. Now come on, go do it, put your body in. If the feeling is good, you might as well do it. Singing makes no sense. I just stand in the rain. I just boogie to the beat of the funky sound. If you don't rock with us, you won't have a ball. And we might as well didn't rock at all. See, we can't rock if you don't have fun. Because you're the one that's number one. Now raise your hand up above your head if you agree what I say. That's why your hands are in the air. Somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah. Flash one time. Melody with the clientele. I'm gonna rock your time, ring your bell. See, I'm so bad, I'm so nice. A lot of rhyme on the time, make the world turn twice. And I'm Mr. Ness, that rock the best, and I'm ready to rock at your request. Go on with your best. So, alright, who's gonna do the rest? Say my name is Raheem, I'm the son of a queen. I'm the king of my castle, so don't give me no hassle. Young ladies in the place, put me on when I'm a part of your life. You can never go wrong. Say at first my name was Danny and Dan. The secret weapon, the master plan. I'm split, I'm cool, I'm solid gold. They call me the Kid Creole. I'm the COWBOY, the man so bad that you can't deny. And when you ask the cowboy to play, I'm cowboy, I never ran away. The grandmaster, cut faster than any known. Snow to the bone, full grown. He's a one of a kind, and Flash is gonna rock your mind. Flash two times.
You say one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, girls, let's rock that.
5-5 Freddy told me everybody slide. DJ spinning, I said, my, Flash is back, Flash is back, Flash is fast, Flash is cool, Francois, c'est pas, Flash ain't no do.
You say one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, girls, let's rock that.
Everybody was breaking, the highs was screaming, and the bass was shaking, and it won't be long till everybody knowing that Flash was on the beatbox going. That Flash was on the beatbox going. That Flash was on the beatbox going.
and the young ladies. Introducing the crew, you gotta see to believe. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MCs. I'm Melly Bell and I'm rocking so well.
And I'm Mr. Ness because I rocks the best. I'm Raheem in all the ladies' dreams.
And I'm Cowboy to make you jump for joy.
I'm Creole, solid gold. Forget Creole, playing the role.
Take this with the Furious 5 plus Grandmaster Flash. Giving you a blast and show enough class. So to prove to you all we're second to none,
we're gonna make 5 MCs sound like one.
You gotta dip dive.
So socialize, clean out your ears.
And then open your eyes. And then pay at the door as a donation.
To hear the best sounds in creation.
He's a disco dream
of a mean machine. And when it cuts to the side,
you see what we mean? You see his name is not found in the Hall of Fame.
But he'll shock and amaze and make you feel shame.
It's a line from 11
to a line. He cuts the beat
in half the time. And then sure is 3 times 2 is 6.
You say Flash is the king of the quick mix.
We're 5 MCs.
And we're on our own. And we're the most well known
on the microphone. Oh, we throw down hard and we aim to please.
With finesse to impress all the young ladies.
We got rhymes galore.
And that's a fact. And the satisfaction guaranteed.
To cut the heart attack. We are the best as you can see.
So eliminate the possibility that
to B-N-E-M-C-E
is not a threat to society. Say step by step, stride by stride. I know this fly young lady would like to ride in my Mercedes. Young ladies, in my Mercedes. Young ladies, in my Mercedes break down and dog my grill. A winner, drive up in the new Seville. In my Seville break down and take it on back. A winner, dog my grill in a new Cadillac. My Cadillac break down, I'm just too much. A winner, shock your mind in a new stud. And if a studs break down, then make another choice. A winner, dog my grill in a new Rolls Royce. And if a runs break down, then be out in the rain. And then forget it,
forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it.
Huh. Take the train, take the train, take the train.
Melly Bell,
bang,
rock the house,
pow.
Come on, help me turn it out.
I'm Mr. Ness, bang, rock the house, pow. Come on and help me turn it out. Raheem, bang, rock the house, pow. Come on, help me turn it out.
Cowboy,
bang,
rock the house,
pow.
Come on and help me turn it out.
Get Creole, bang,
rock the house,
pow.
Come on, help me turn it out.
DJ Flash, bang, rock the house, pow.
Come on, help me turn it out.
Disco B, bang, rock the house, pow. Come on and help me turn it out. Easy Mike, bang, rock the house, pow. Come on, help me turn it out.
Young lady,
bang, bang.
Freeze! Bass. Vision, dreams, and passion flowing through my mind. And all the while I think of you. A very strange reaction for us to unwind. The more I see, the more I do. Something like phenomenal, baby. Tell your body to come along, but white lines blow away. Ticket to ride, white line highway. Tell all your friends that they can go my way. Pay your toll, sell your soul. Pound for pound, costs more than gold. The longer you stay, the more you pay. My white line, go a long way. Either up your nose or through your vein. With nothing to gain, except killing your brain. Freeze! Rock! Freeze! Rock! Freeze! Rock! Freeze! Rock! Higher, baby. Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. It don't ever come down for your life.
Throwback Fanatic.
Janae, talk to him, baby.
But still, crazy stuff is gonna happen in my life, and you're gonna do a sad song.
You fired this dope right quick.
Yeah,
Girl, yo, boy. SCXAR.
Great,
SCXAR.
Yeah,
Girl, yo, boy, I took your bitch too. 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 Yeah, I took your bitch too. Yeah, I do it big. I can pawn her, yo bitch. Let's sit back on the sofa and let's light this split. Intoxicated off the love that she got from the kid. The first time she smoked blunt, she fell in love with a dick. Tired of all these fucking hoes, started you not my bitch. Ass trailer from lying, that little bitch is a trick. Call that nigga the same night, cause I wanted the dick. This not love, it's only lust. When that dick in your hips, these ex-hoes be getting mad, cause you taking a pic. I told them all to get the fuck from around your back in this bitch. Probably asking how I got Janae all on a mix. Realest coming solid shit, now you part of the brick. No explanation to these hoes, I'm just trying to get rich. No explanation to these hoes, I'm just trying to get rich. I got my eyes on the prize, me and Trill in the 6. So in the loop, 40 now I'm fucking your bitch. Gripped up. Take your bitch too. I took 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 your bitch too. Dear women, you can't love by laying all up on your back. Dear women, you can't love by laying all up on your back or giving your mother nature to a man. Took it back, I told them all, fuck them all. I'm a blackout on the track, going ghost. I got demons, now I unleash them over wax. I'm going ghost, I got demons, I'm unleash them over wax. My nigga, that's that hurt. I be swerving in the lax, not the Cadillac, the Galaxy. I got stars in my pack. How the fuck you come up with this shit? Yo, live, this shit's a rap. On the road to greatness, every track I drop, it's the map. I can paint the shit's deep. Can't wait, no cap. I can paint the shit's deep. S&N, no cap. Destination to the top, shooting for the stars in the back. I just want some peace and silence and roll some woods out the sack. See my vision so serene. Then they used to have my back, but you believing in the bullshit, so I left them on the track. California trips, baby girl, yeah, it's a fact. One day they gon' study my discography as an artifact. That's a fact. He spit crack 200 tapes and that's on that. Designed to be immortal and put Scar up on the track. Boy, I'm back from the dead, they killed Clay. Ass black, 2020, yeah, I'm coming. Boy, you know that's a rap. 2020, boy, I'm coming. Yeah, you know that's a rap. 2020, boy, I'm coming. Yeah, you know that's a rap. I'll accept the apology, but baby girl, there's no going back. Okay. I took your bitch too. 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 I took your bitch too.
Hey there. Jay here. All Jay all day. What?
Nothing to worry about me. It's the edibles. It's the edibles.
Really? I mean,
I'm feeling great.
we took the same. Nah, you actually, he took more.
I'm
Let me not lie about it. Was I not supposed to start?
No, you good.
Again, hey there. Jay here. Welcome to the all day show. Yeah. So today we actually had earlier. We still have him here because he's pretty awesome. He's hanging out. Mr. Scott and AKA Graveyard Boy with his Graveyard Boy edibles. He graciously gifted us today to try, sample, and now process. Trying to process.
Lit.
No, actually, I'm good.
Bro, she twisted every single dread on her head, bro. This is amazing, okay? The productiveness of this activity here is phenomenal. She came in here with probably like half the head done. Now she about the whole damn, like, what? Look, okay? I need some dreadlocks. Okay, I'm just saying.
Hey, you know what? I've actually been doing it for quite some time. Started over 15 years ago, close to 15 years.
This hair is out of control. Like,
and all kinds of ethnicities I have
what am I gonna do with this hair? Ask the ladies. What can we do with this?
Hey, you know what? Let me show the ladies this hair.
Oh,
you guys check the hair out.
Yeah,
Look at this
real.
hair.
Do this.
What we doing with it? I say dreads. Let me start some dreads on there.
This is insane.
Wow, that would actually take me
That's
a while.
really
But
long.
let me tell you the world record. My first dread client that was
Yeah,
down to
real
his
long.
ankles because he 19 years he started them.
Wow.
And then I had to do some separation and restarting and man. But we ended up being good friends, good clients. Shout out to Boogie out in LA. He has his own production company out there. I actually need to link you guys up. He's very well connected. He's got his own, like I said, produced production company. He's got his own studio.
West Coast.
So once I get off of this, I will make sure you guys meet. He was one of the first guys that I started really taking care of his dreads, and I mean, I would go from Vegas to LA, from all over, from here just to get over there, take care of him. Quite a few guys out there in LA. Shout out to Jack. I miss doing your hair, Paul. And let's see. So I decided a few months ago. I decided actually after I shaved my head, about a year or so ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago now. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, when it grows out to a certain good length, I think I'll start dreading it. And my husband kept asking me, like, when are you going to dread it? When are you going to dread it? And I'm like, it just wasn't right timing or the right length. But then I had a dream about it where he was, like, bugging me about it. And I woke up that next morning. I was like, I told my daughter, can you start separating it for me so I can get it started? And as I was driving from here to Tennessee and Georgia, I had such long drives. I just sat there and just dreaded each one I had hours, 12 hours here, 8 hours there. And here we go. So, hey guys, how's it going? Hey babe, what's up, Megs? Aw, Lauren, aw, Foreplay fam, how is everyone? There's like 2 of y'all in here. Love it. Yeah, so we've got our artist here. I actually want to touch base on a subject with him, which quite a few will hopefully be familiar with. Not just on what's going on today, what's going on in this time. I'm going to turn my camera around here. You guys can see Mr. Scott, Mr. Great boy. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I was like, you move your camera if you want.
Oh, no, you good.
So do you want me to get Scott for today? Is a single father, guys. He's been a single father for how many years now?
Man, I'd say 7+ years.
Right. She's daughter.
Millie's 14.
She's 14 right
Millie
now.
is my the heart of this campaign. Like the reason I go so hard. You know what I'm saying? And basically like just took off the way I did. You know, like went to the West Coast out of a really broken relationship, and she saw that. She gave me a book that she actually created, which is going to be a part of my next music video, where she had literally illustrated the book in drawing form. Like she drew my relationship out in picture form, where she has like pictures of how my emotions were, and she drew them out like a guy laying on a bed, like looking up in the air with my hair. Like it's crazy because, and she's like, when you have time, just look at it, you know. So when I got back from LA, it was like this big deal for me to formulate like a plan that I can avenue, you know, so live as being something real to her, which is her dad. So
yeah,
became my real self as Clay Hewitt. Fell into the dream that I had about my moms and parents dying and passing away, being on my own. Became the graveyard boy. And SCAR is like just everything, and the A is for Amelia. You know what I mean? People ask me what the A is, so I put Millie into my music, and it's just a better feel, you know, for kids to listen to. It's not just, you know, poison. It's enrichment, and I feel like music, kids don't listen to parents, teachers, police officers, you know, principals. They listen to music, and I think it's a big influence on children in this new wave, in this new generation. So one way I was eligible to connect with these kids across the states, you know, from everywhere, all over. They were like, your music is becoming different. Why? And it's because they were trying to teach fundamentals through the music to Millie. Right. I call her Gucci, you know, Sasuke. She likes anime and stuff like that. So she's very great artist, very great student and even better child. She lets you know every day that and with just teachings, you don't have to be told by your child that you're doing right. You're told by other parents and other people that meet her,
Exactly.
that are around her. You can tell a lot by a parent and a person by their children.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so
Truly believe that.
she's just she's a piece of this puzzle that is. She was the first piece that I put down. You know, one of the corners to this life form that I started. Shout out to my mom, who is another piece of that puzzle. Gina and my brother, just a small family, just tight knit. You know, live on a small planet called common and sense. Don't tolerate a lot of bullshit. You know, so it really isn't. I told my daughter I can't teach you how to be a woman. I can only show you examples of women that you probably don't want to be like. So when she got that, I couldn't teach her womanhood. She started looking, you know, elsewhere. My mom's lesbian, so shout out to the LGBT community. So I go on tour. Millie would be left with my mom, and Millie adapted to the fact that, you know, she likes girls. So it's been a long ride, parenthood, everything. But you take it one step at a time, and you realize that you accept growth from your child rather than, you know, the stigma of, oh, it's going to be a problem. I don't think anything is problematic, and I don't think that there's any bad children in the world. I think that there's just bad parenting.
Absolutely.
So, with that said, I took my music. I took these chances to go to the West Coast, and, you know, believed in my mom's that around the time that she was eligible to stand up after cancer, that my daughter was kind of like my mom's life force. She, like, became Millie, and my mom became best friends. So to watch that just grow and stand back, your daughter and your mom who just beat cancer, you know what I mean? And my mom telling me, like, she literally tells me how much, like, Millie means to her. Like, I know that I didn't have enough energy to bring my mom back. And, you know, I know that cannabis only did so much, but when you have that unconditional love from a child, like telling your mom that has cancer, you know, grandma, you got to get off the bed. You just got to take your medicine. You know, she's so small she doesn't understand what she's fighting. But that child's innocence to my mom.
Yeah, I was to say the innocence.
It rebuilt her. It was incredible. So
it's
just
that rawness that children have.
It's really cool to see, you know. And becoming a single parent is. I just feel that a lot of people don't give females for being, you know, great parents for being single. They don't know what that should take, but you know, you really have to become one with a child and understand them, and kind of break the cycle of what you were taught when you were a kid, because that stigma's still there. They still think of you of that, you know.
Right.
I'm big, you're small, I'm right, you're wrong. So once you get down to their level and you really rationalize with a child that, you know, this life that you call reality in your schooling, and yes, that might be the reality that you go to school and you graduate, but that is not the reality of the world. That the world is so much bigger than outside your window. And once I taught my daughter that the world was, you know, to me, to her, like, it's not that big, but once I taught her that the world was big and I took to LA, she just feels like, you know, she can do anything. She can go across the world. She wants to go to, like, you know, these China, and she wants to go to places like Vietnam and the Philippines, and she has all these places that she wants to go to. So to see inspiration that you have in a child, I think that is the best thing that we can do, is inspire them to be the best piece of what they are. You know what I mean? So that's why I chose SCAR. SCAR is the scar tissue. SCAR is the broken man that's been through the relationships, and basically just what she saw. You know what I'm saying? The scars, and adapting to that, and, you know, wearing it with a smile is, you know, that's kind of very vulnerable. You wear broken relationships, and you wear depression and anxiety, and you wear these badges. People wear them as, like, you know, shelters. They get sad about them. I'm encouraged by it. You know, I embrace it. I know that I have those issues, and I think a lot of people have those, so they'll take my story and it'll inspire them, because I have a child. So.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's why I wanted to actually get this interview in with you, because not just being a single parent, but being in this industry, and also what it's doing for you now, and what you feel like, you know, is there something in this situation, in this so-called pandemic that's going on, that is helping you continue your drive and helping you keep pushing to be a great example for your daughter. So, and not just your daughter, but other everyone, other children, other adults, just the society in itself. Is there something that this situation kind of pushed you to keep doing, like, some aside from this new character, this new alter ego of yours is what I want to call it, because everyone knows it. Some of you know, Lucy Lou is just one of my alter egos, but for those that are really close to me, just know Major J. And with this whole thing, we're finding ourselves, we're discovering new things, either within ourselves or the relationships we've had with other people. So is there something right now that you feel like you've really discovered, and then what you're doing past this whole situation, what you have planned or what you foresee?
Yeah, I'd say that something definitely happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go through trials and tribulations in life, and there's a lot of things that are, unturned coins with people. You'll meet somebody and you'll have something going great with that person.
Right.
And then they'll meet another person, they'll tell you something that they don't like about that person, and that'll change. So I just think that my story has been uncharacterized and unwritten properly. So it's not that I'm afraid to take off my mask and show you my face, because anybody who knows who I am knows that I'm the person that's in your face with it. It's, damn, did he just do an interview with the mask on fully? Is it like, oh, haha, like, is it a gimmick? No, because I've been wearing these masks before. If anybody know me,
yeah, actually, I met
I'm in
you
the rafters with a mask on, and people are looking at me with my hair down, you know? So it wasn't a gimmick or anything. It was just like the things that you're going through in life, you become. So I was just put into a predicament. Shout out to my homies that stood sideline and saw this predicament. Certain peoples or persons contacted a few people, back on the West Coast, and went as far as, trying to bewilder the name and just all type of stuff. So you really gotta, when people talk about you, you can do two things. You can accept it, or you can go out there and you can tell your story. And they said things that were really painful. Like, they said that my mom don't got cancer. They said that, my little cousin didn't have his brain surgery about a month ago, that I'm not dealing with a mass on my liver. And it's just certain shit that I don't talk about, and that I do talk about that people question, and because there's not proof, and there's not in their face proof, that they go to other people and they're like, yo, his mom don't got cancer. She never had cancer. His dad, his uncle ain't passed of cancer. When there's actual video footage of me seeing me sitting side by side with this man until he dies. Like, people like, I guess they'll talk about you. I just want to make sure that this camera's on.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that they know I'm coming, because there was a lot of things said at the start of my career where I was trying to chase something. And there's a lot of people that said that they were behind me. There was a lot of people that said that they got me. And I saw who was real and who was fake.
Oh yeah, that's what this time is teaching all of us.
Like, when you're alone and when you ain't got, like, let's be real. How many people can you really call in this time and be like, hey, listen, I'm out of food and water. Can you help me? That's scary.
It is.
That's scary. Like you literally couldn't think about, like, who you really could call in this time of. So that's why I started this. I told all my homies, sent out a mass message, and was just like, yo, look, whatever go down, Graveyard Boys, like, we got us. Like, they got kids. Like, some of my homies got kids. Shout out to Amara. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Graveyard Boy, Sean, and just, there's my friends and family and my tight-knit circle. They all got kids and families. And this is for anybody. I let everybody know that even on my Facebook, like, anybody need anything, like, I got us. And it was just, like, finally being eligible to say, look, before everybody was an artist and the city was doing everything, right? What artist is literally saying, look, the revolution is right now. And it's not about the mask. It's not about the gimmick, the Graveyard Boy, the what we doing, the edibles. I'm dead ass serious about to leave this interview tonight, and we're going to drop the I Am the Revolution song. And I've been waiting for a time to literally show my face and let my fans know back on the West Coast, look, it's time for SCXAR to show his face. It's time for, like, me to bear witness to what I've been in hiding. And that's this 200 albums of music where nobody paid attention to Clay. Nobody paid attention to So Live. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, yeah, that's just So Live. You know what I'm saying? It was a joke. It was like it's a look, but it's like, it's not the respect I want. So I guess that what I'm doing now is to stand up for the single parents. You know what I'm saying? The people that are really going through this revolution. Like, these are troubled times right now. Nobody's caring about, like, we're in a depression. You know what I'm saying? The finances is crashing. Businesses are going out of business. People are hungry and starving. And it's crazy to tell right now that there's been these problems across the world, and ain't nobody was eligible to talk about them. But not till it happens to the people of our world and our country are we all in a pandemic. There's been people going through these viruses and this stuff all over the world, poverty. And now that we're going through it, oh, we got something to worry about. Man, nobody was worried about doing all this stuff that we supposed to be doing. So, now, what do? I give them a face to this revolution. Where they're like, yo, the revolution will be televised? I got something for y'all. Everybody sitting at home like, what do we do? Where's the answers at? What's going on? You got to Google things like these 5G networks. And we got to start talking about what we need to talk about. Like, these radio stations are so important. I'm on the radio. I'm at the house in the studio recording music. Like, I feel like, you ever seen the movie Terminator 2? Where John Connor is like, you know what I'm saying, trying to fight to come back and tell the people what's going on because he sees what's going on. Let's just put in the predicament. And let's say if anybody was following what I was doing, that I've been telling the people what's going on for the longest time. And y'all guys been asleep. All these damn cameras, y'all guys been asleep. And now this shit like right at our doorstep, and we're like, oh my God, what do we do? Well, I went to LA. I was out there campaigning in the streets with the people running behind me, like with the picket signs, going to the government building, like, yo, what's up with these towers? What's up with these things that's going on in the world? And everybody was like, yo, Lob, you crazy, bro. What you wearing these masks for? You crazy. SCAR. I got something for you. Real.
Cool. Make sure these are so. I'm sorry about that. That's
Everybody
good to know
thought it
that
was
you're
a
still
game,
pushing
man.
forward. No, I. That's
You know
the
what I mean?
reason
Like,
why
for
I
real.
actually try to get you, on here and talking. I wanted to see what everyone's doing. The ones that are in the industry, the ones that are not. Just what has this opportunity given to you guys? Like, what are you all doing with this opportunity? Because that's what I see it as. A lot of people are like, oh, there are my closest of families, my bestest of friends. They're just like, why are you not taking this so seriously? You know what I'm taking seriously? The fact that it's cliche, but we're not promised tomorrow. I'm not promised 5 hours from here when I leave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the only thing I can do is in the time that I have, try to make the best impression I can with my children.
Facts.
And then if I can reach out, whether it's 1 or 1,000,000 people in this society, that's why I do this show. And that's why I continue, no matter how hard the struggle is right now, with my times personally. All I'm worried about is my son and my daughters happy. They wake up, they're healthy, they're good.
Thanks.
And they're appreciating the time that we do have in the moment. Because, like whatever we're investing in for the future, or what, you asked me what am I going to do in 5 years? I mean, I could tell you what I want to do. I could tell you what my hopes are, but I need to really focus on what am I doing tomorrow? What are we eating tomorrow? What am I making to make it last for the next couple of weeks, or what? You know what I'm saying? How am I going to make this this X amount of dollars last us until, God forbid, something does crash this economy? We really are at some crazy martial law, can't leave
people need
fighting.
to, I think that the reason why that stigma is so huge,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that because there's so many people that are alone, families. There's no conglomerate of like families anymore. How like we used to be able to go to our friend's house, sit down with like, like a group of family would go sit down with groups of family,
chill together.
That don't happen no more.
Nah.
They've made and listen to this. Listen to what they told us. What's it called?
Social distancing.
Social distancing.
Think about that though.
Think about the words, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not just a hashtag.
That's something that they're going to implement.
Well, the sad part is that they want to do that, but then you're still allowing this whole social networking to be out, and so either way, this
information
is there, regardless.
is definitely, they gave us the internet for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is when you give information to an intellect, we dive further. So let's be real, and let's make sure we do this social distancing. But let's be real with each other. What are they doing? You walk into the store now, right? Before it was racism, right? Sexism. There was those stigmas, so you had those. Now we walk in the store and everybody's sick. Everybody got it. What did they just do to us? Divided they conquer. Ain't nobody sticking together no more. So that's why everybody's so scared. Because if something does happen, everybody knows that they're on their own, and they can't call a person up and be like, hey, look, I need 30 days of food and water. They're going to be like, what?
Which is why I am sitting and teaching my kids how to fend for themselves and do all that, you know, instead of having them sit on the internet and listen and read to all the stigma, the crap, the BS, whatever it is. You are like, you know, you're like you said, you try to set an example for your daughter and for the rest of the young community or old. So you have seconds, hours, or maybe days. Maybe you might have years still. But in that time, focusing it on showing her just to keep on moving, which is what you're doing, you know, pushing to make this SCAR character just shine because he's been hiding for so long, you know. So that's what you're focusing, and that's the great thing.
It's what she drew. Like, I knew that after seeing that drawing, I was talking to you about that book. You know, she understood like everything, like not just, you know, a little piece of it. She understood the storyline, the relationship, the honor, and just the music and the design of it. So, literally started bringing her in the booth, and like she makes music now, but you know she does different things. She does drawings. So it's like you will inspire a child's mind with what you put in front of them. But what we have to realize as parents, we have to step back for a minute and watch what they pick up.
Which is, again...
And 9 times out of 10, you know, they're going to pick up the internet, okay?
If
or
you allow them.
a phone.
Yeah.
So check this out. So what I did was, I told her, you have an hour on the internet, right? What you do is you give them whatever time they have on the internet. You got an hour. But give them a task. I made it an appoint to Amelia for us to watch every single, and God is my witness, she'll tell you to this day. I made it a point for Amelia to, when she started off with the internet, to watch every single episode of National Geographics, from front to back, their entire catalog that they had. And you know, one of her things that she wants to do is become, you know, something that has to do with animals. So it's like, well, what they gave us, they can use it to blind us. But if you allow that, that's what you said, that's what will happen. But if you find the strengths in your child and you avenue them to those strengths, like if your child loves to do sports and you avenue them to figure out how to get a scholarship when they go to school for sports, or you just utilize the internet rather as a tool to teach than a tool to sheep, if that makes sense.
Exactly. So that is it. That is, you know, as far as touching base with your single parenting, right now I'm going through the process of co-parenting, so that's very foreign to me. However, I have been a single parent before. Prior to my husband, my first daughter, I had her when I was 20, and I was a single mom for a very long time. And even though I had boyfriends or long-term boyfriends too, I mean 5-6 years, I still considered myself a single parent because I really was in and day out 24/7. It was me, you know. I had a little
straight.
It's like separate. You know, there was no
baby.
But so I know, I understand completely, like where you are and where your struggles are, where your successes are, because it is in our children. We are the reflection of them. So every time, like you said, when someone praises your child, you're just like, because it really, you know, you don't have to. You don't have to sit there and tell them how amazing they are. That's a little too much. That's you. I mean, you'll fuck a kid's head up. Trust me. Too much of that creates vanity as opposed to confidence. But you take pride in when someone else gives you that compliment through them, or through just even telling you, man, you raised a good kid. Then those are my most proud moments. And then whatever they're successful in, I don't care if they got a certificate for, you know, changing their grade in a week. That it's such it's a great feeling to know that that's something that you were a part of, because kids are so vulnerable and they have so many people that can influence them. And now we have so many things like this, technology, to influence them, that it's really, really hard to instill, and I don't call it common anymore, any sense or any logic, any courtesy. So courtesy, sense, and logic is not common anymore. You can't say, why don't you have common courtesy? Baby, it's not taught anymore. Our generation, ours, and I'm pretty sure we're in the same, we're pretty close in the same age range. Our generation was taught first by some real OGs, some real, like, if you didn't respect your mother or father or their neighbors. I mean, the neighbors used to be able to whoop your ass if they caught you doing some shit you wasn't supposed to. That's how close our community used to be, our society.
Exactly
because we didn't have cell phones and all that. You want to be my friend? Come knock on my door and see me. You know where I live. Didn't have telephones. You had to take a bus, walk, fucking trike, whatever the hell you had to do to make sure you were still connected with that person. Back then, relationships lasted so much longer because we didn't have so many things to interfere with our relationships.
Didn't have options like that.
And then again, we didn't have as many options. They didn't have
internet. You could turn on the messenger.
Now you could just turn on any app and boom.
Tell me why Facebook looking like.
You have to get to that one episode, by the way.
Meat market.
Fucking Bumble and Twitter and or whatever. I don't know.
No, but it's hilarious.
We need to do a segment on that.
The difference between men and women on that thing is hilarious.
Yo, we forgot the segment of the DMs.
Yeah, slide into DMs.
Remind me, slide in my DMs next Sunday.
She's gonna read somebody's.
Some insane.
You don't even gotta say their name.
DMs, pictures, all kinds of shit, guys.
Sweet Jesus.
My daughter,
because we can screen cap it and put it on the screen.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send this to you.
We're gonna put you on exposed TV.
Dude, I'm letting you know. This kid was flirting with my daughter, right? I'm gonna just give you a little basis of it.
I can't wait.
And so she starts messaging him. She's like, "Mom, what should I say?" So she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for messaging me. I'm so excited right now." And he's like, "What are you so excited about?" She's like, "I can't wait. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm gonna get the best surprise ever." He's like, "I bet you are." Kind of like. And she's like, "My mom is finally getting me my Barbie dream house, and I am getting to fit all my new." And he was like, "Excuse me, wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm about to turn 10, and this is like this is my dreams come true kind of thing." And he was like, immediately blocked her. And like, that's what you get, you little fucking shit. Don't stay out of children's
about to be 11
DMs.
Tomorrow.
And I had to go look at her profile. Like, what are you posting? Like, what kind of pictures are they? No, just regular teenage girl pictures.
On Maury.
Hey, White, I've been on Maury, by the way.
Really?
Yes, I was proposed on Maury.
Shut up.
I swear to God, I was one of those girls.
YouTube.
Is it on YouTube? There's got to be a way to find it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it.
So it was 2002 is when it was filmed in Manhattan. It was the episode. They fooled me. They called me and they were like, "Oh, we hear you're a model. We're looking for pregnant models."
You know Jerry lives in Tampa?
Oh, really?
Jerry Springer lives in Tampa.
Does he?
Sure.
Yeah, he was just out here at the Gasparilla Trade.
Oh my God!
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro, I have video of him out
We
there,
could have
bro.
reconnected. Reunited.
No, you said Maury, right?
Maury.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you said Jerry. No,
Did
Maury.
Jerry.
No, not that show. I was on Maury. They were like, yeah, I came on there thinking I was gonna be. They made me all, I had like my little belly, and this motherfucker comes out and in a tuxedo, mind you. This is one of our international models. They slowly glide up the fucking thing, and I'm like, damn, looking fly, whatever. The next thing you know, comes up to here. I was like, I know that. Oh my gosh. So then he proposes, and you hear me on the thing go, "Is this one really my ring?" Because prior to that, I caught him cheating with me. I caught him cheating on me, and he proposed to me with his.
Is this shit real?
With his girlfriend. Yeah, with his baby mama ring. He proposed to me. So I was wearing her ring, and she was like, "Why are you wearing my ring?" And so
Dear Lord.
I stayed with him, and he brought me to the Maury show, proposed to me. He's like, "No, this one's really your ring."
No way.
And I definitely didn't record that just now.
We gotta find this.
I'm gonna find that episode for you, bro.
Please do.
It's definitely
Okay, so my mom's on here. How do I get her to join? So you
Hello,
guys,
Mom.
so she could tell this story, dude. She was, yeah. No. Oh, and then I got noticed at a hospital. Like, oh my God, aren't you guys the couple? When I was pregnant and got bigger. I was in New York. I had my daughter at Albany, right? Albany Hospital. So they were like, "Aren't you guys the couple that was on the Maury show?" Like, yeah. I'm
Surgeon
all like
General.
this on the table.
I'm trying to find it. I'm like
vagina
looking.
and everything. Like, they're like, isn't that the couple? I'm like, yeah. Everybody come into the room.
That's fucked up.
It's no look on YouTube, but there's got to be a way.
There's gotta be a way
Archive,
to
bro.
find
You
it.
kidding me?
We're gonna find it.
Only one that I had was on a VHS tape, the copy. So we'd have to find a machine to stick it.
I was gonna say, is
we're
there
gonna
VHS
find
tape
it.
possible? Are those things still
That
around?
was back. I'm telling you, this is 2002. So yes, guys, if you want to look that up for all of you watching,
Graveyard
go
Boys
try
here.
to find. If you can find it, I will. I don't know if I can pay
I'm gonna-
you.
I mean,
how
no,
much I
let's-
can
I
pay you,
mean,
but
let's-
if you can find this,
It's out there.
You're gonna come on the show.
2002.
Come
It
on the
was
show. We'll bring you
filmed
on the show.
May of 2002, guys. You're gonna have to come on the show and show
What
us
was your
where
name
you found it.
when you said when they came up? Because that's how you're gonna find it.
Oh no. Okay, you want to find it? It's gonna be my real name then.
Uh-huh.
So my government name, Serge. I'll tell you that one in
Yeah,
a
so
second.
when we're off air.
But just so you know, Maury, 2002. It was filmed in May. It was a proposal. I got proposed to, and then it was supposed to be like a pregnant model. That New York was looking for new pregnant models for their new show, which actually ended up really great for me because I did end up getting a call from Pee in a Pod, which is now a really big maternity.
Do you remember
line.
what month?
It was May
May.
of 2002.
Okay.
They hit me up and I ended up doing a runway show for them in LA for their maternity line. So that was really awesome. My daughter's like all over, a bunch of pictures with her in my belly. Shout out to V. But yes, I've been on the. We can keep going. What else
that
have
was
I been on?
season 4.
Have you
would
guys
be
seen
season
Gigolos?
4.
It used to be a show on Showtime. Gigolos. It was like aired.
No, I have no idea.
I was on one of those episodes.
Dun, dun, dun. DatPiff.com. Make sure you download the DatPiff app. Man down. There goes the spicy goat. Oh, goat.
Spicy goat.
Shout out to goat. We got
All right,
boobs
you
falling
know what?
everywhere.
I
It's
got
like-
come on. Boobies are falling.
We gotta be on season 2.
I need you to download the DatPiff app to your phone. Okay,
You guys hear that?
DatPiff app to your phone.
So earlier I was smoking this, you guys, and it is called Super Silver Haze. For those of you
It's
who
game
know
time.
me. It is a sativa, but it's a CO2, and it's a full spectrum. No hybrid. Hey, Omari. Hey, Chris. Hey. Really smokes well. You see how clear it is?
Yeah, it
That's
is.
what you want to look for in your carts. That coloration right there. Nice and limey looking color.
How you feeling?
That
Just checking on you over there.
Sees?
Doing pretty
So, who is me, Steven? Are you talking about on the Maury show? Great stuff. Keeps me nice and alert. Still pain free. It's between this and the what is he wants to call it God's pussy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That we're gonna leave it right there. That's exactly what it is.
Hey,
Someone
Dad.
want to repeat that one more time?
God's pussy.
God's pussy.
God's pussy.
Yeah.
So between that and the
giraffe.
pen and some of his amazing edibles,
Talk to him.
I'm feeling actually really good, and I have a pretty high tolerance, so it's keeping me up, pain free. I'm really hungry right now.
So
I
did
can
it?
smash.
So did it help you with what you asked for?
It did. I asked him to give me something that would help me with my appetite. I've had a very horrible appetite lately. I lost an extremely large amount of weight in a very short period of time, and I am an avid, medicinal intaker. So nothing was working. However, thanks to Graveyard Boys edibles here, it was the Rice Krispies. I had one of those. A little tiny piece of the space cookie, which is made with shatter. And then I also I took a taste of his God's pussy, and I've had a
Sounds
little
so
couple
vulgar.
hits of this
Dear
super
Lord.
silver haze. I'm sorry, I got it at True Leaf, by the way. I know it's backwards here, but you get the gist. It's a sativa, full spectrum, CO2. I like it. Everything's balanced out for me. So, I am so thankful for giving such a short notice and him showing up and bringing all these amazing gifts. Y'all, if y'all want to gift, check DM me and I'll send you my links to my Amazon wish list and also my PO box. Ship me a package. I'm an only child. I'm very spoiled. I love presents. It's the weight of my heart. What did they say? The love languages. Actually, I lie.
Get your cookies.
The gifts is actually on the bottom of my love language list. My number one love language is physical, and then my number 2 is quality time, and then other languages fall down. Some people speak all 5 languages. Some people have primary. Some people have a secondary. I have a few.
That part.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Meg. Or thank you, Chris. Gigolos. I was on Gigolos. Oh, so I was on the that was me. It was me and Sublique Von Lux. If you guys want to look her up, one of my best friends. She's in the industry. She's an amazing dominatrix. If any of you guys are in that part of the industry, I'm just y'all submissives. I vouch for her not just because she's my best friend, but she is actually absolutely amazing at all her talents. She's a lifestyler and a professional. So we were on the Gigolos, one of the episodes. I want to say it was season 6, episode 5, or the other way around. You got to check it out. We basically diss the guy's nephew. That was our job, to shut him down. Thank you very much. That's what I do. I shut up down. All of them. Graveyard Boys in the house. I am, Steven. I am. I'm feeling pretty nice. But again, not the way Serge is feeling. I've got to show you him because...
I'm digging through the Maury archives.
By the way, he is not Asian at all.
Not at all, but today I am.
Today he is my cousin. Hey, cousin, how are you liking those
Very good. I
episodes?
feel like a lot.
Are they yummy?
It's very good over here.
Are they yummies in your tummies?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I can't do that accent.
Oh, they're so great. Oh, they're so yummy.
I'm gonna get my eyes open.
Because that's Filipino. Tang ina mo.
My eyes open?
Hindi ko alam.
Definitely not, bro. They're not.
They're not?
They're not at all, bro.
Oh, Maury.
Yeah, I'm just digging into Maury crates. I'm looking at they got the season listed and they got the titles for the shows. Guys. I'm trying to figure out which episode because it's clearly not episode 4. He says he loves me. Why does he torture me?
Oh.
Because your name isn't in that one.
My real name is.
However, it could be this one. I have to know. Is my fiance my stepbrother?
Oh!
Dear God. I don't know if that's that one.
I'm terrified of chalk, hair, and circus clowns.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about.
So did we do that?
What was the episode called? Oh my goodness.
There was a whole bunch of different ones.
I almost dropped my.
That would have been terrible.
Into my crotch.
Completely opposite, completely in love. Meg, Manuel, Joanna. No.
That's me.
Is that really?
That's me. Shut up.
She's gonna play
it
right now.
Meg says his girlfriend D makes heads turns. He says.
Oh my God.
Did you really just find it?
Yeah, he did.
That is my name. You just said it on camera, didn't you?
Has been on cloud 9 ever since he met his girlfriend Joanna. He says he loves her regardless of their differences. Almost 200 pounds of difference.
No, that's
she
not
weighs
me.
350.
That
he weighs
is not
160.
me.
Elaine has
guys,
cut.
Got to go research the wrong one.
So almost.
Oh,
right
we were
there.
so close, guys. I thought he had it, and then it was like, almost 300.
350 pounds.
I was about to say, I don't think that's the right one, Kevin. Like at all.
Maybe it's this one. I'm positive one of these 6 men is my baby's father.
Oh, damn. I don't think it's that
I'm
one,
trying.
bro.
Okay, all I can tell you, I believe, I'm positive. In May of 2002 is when it was filmed. August of 2002 is when it was released.
Okay.
So, that's all I can. I mean, I don't. It was a surprise proposal, but it was like them. The topic of the show was supposed to be like, I want to be a supermodel or something, but the fact that I was pregnant was how they coyed me in, like, oh, we're looking for pregnant models, and we know that your boyfriend called in and said that you've been modeling for a long time and that kind of thing. So
it happened to be lit.
Yeah, there's more than one story per episode. So that's why I'm saying I don't know. I don't remember. I love you, Mom.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna post it. next
love you.
episode.
I'm gonna find it.
Yes, and whoever finds it, you guys have to. If you're local, I need you to come on my show so we can.
I'm gonna find it. I'm on it right now.
Okay.
I got a video team. You understand?
I will actually
It
give
is
you guys
lit.
my. And for those of you that do know my government name, look it up. Maury Povich Show.
The first person that finds it is a free edible.
Yeah, for real.
There you go. The first person and a free
Graveyard Boy
Gold Go energy drink.
There you go.
I will sign the can,
There
send
you
it to
go.
you. The first person that finds this episode, get on it. Get in my inbox, DM me. If you even have to, just post it on my timeline. On this, you can comment here. Any way you can reach me to be that first person that finds this episode. You're going to, promised by Mr. Graveyard Boy here from his edibles company. One yummy
Could it be
edible
this one? I have to know.
of your choice. And I believe that's what he said. And then a Gold Go energy drink, which is CBD infused. Thank you to my sponsor. Love you guys. So you're going to get 2 special treats if you can find this episode, because God knows I've tried looking for it, and trust me, I'm pretty good at finding shit. One of my main jobs is never mind, I can't say it. I have to tell you guys. Okay. So again, yes, if you know my real name, it should be really easy for you. For those of you that don't, you have a bit of a task here. Let me do this. If you know my real name and you find it, you do the 2 treats. If you don't and you find it, you only go by my alias, and for some miracle reason you find this video, I am going to throw in an autographed Catwoman picture of my, I don't have it
Run
here.
tell that.
A poster, I want to say it's about this, it's this big.
There you go.
I'm not good at measurements
Face
right
for
now.
scale.
I want to say a 15 by 20. But it's one of my favorite and best-selling and best-viewed modeling pictures I've done in a long time. It's me as Catwoman. So you guys will get that on top of the 2 treats. Plus, I am not done. I will send you a Grumpy Princess. One of my great friends handed me down his clothing line. And it's called Grumpy Princess, and I have beanies, and I have t-shirts, and I have tank tops, and all those goody stuff. I will throw in one of those if you manage to find me, not via my government. If I know you, so I'll know if you know my government name. But if you find me outside of that, through my aliases, I've given you the information. You'll have to rewind this, but this is the last time I'm going to give it to you. One more time. Take notes. Maury Povich. I was proposed to, pretending that I'm supposed to be a model. It was filmed in May of 2002 and aired August of 2002. Bam. That's it. You're done. Thank you guys so much. We are going to get ready to exit this out. I have one song that I do want to play for you. Before we do this, I might have Scar play one of his songs, but definitely I need to have you guys listen to. This is my daughter, Mayjoy. Now, you can find Maejoy.
What's up? What other what?
Here, Alex, and what else?
And this is one of her most recent EPs. It's called Blueberry Lemonade, and she did it with she did it with her, what happened here? With her bandmates, the Noir Movement. And we're going to go YouTube. If you guys want, you can look on YouTube. And if you open the YouTube and... Why? Sign in what? I'm already signed in. Come on, my guy. Okay, hold on. I love you all. Did I just exit out? No, I didn't. I have way too many things going on right now. But this is what's going to test my great multitasking skills. I'm going to pull this up while talking to you, while letting you know. Thank you again for joining me. This is sponsored to you by Gold Coat CBD infused energy drink. Also, I want to shout out to Ray Q, used to be from Pimp My Rise. They are now with Millionaire Racing and AMS Sport Racing. Thank you for the 9 years that we did SEMA together. I've made some amazing connections, and yeah, this is just not working out. I can't find this. Okay, this sucks because I really
can't find it.
No, it's not that I can't find it. I just.
Oh, you gotta log in
I
again.
have to log into everything.
You want me to play one more? Want me to play one more song?
I'm lit.
You know which one? You don't have one called "I'm Lit."
Which one you got on there?
We got
Drop Top. Oh, no. Coop.
Did we do that before?
Did you?
I don't remember. Was that
I
before the
got
show?
it.
That was probably before the show.
Yeah, it was for the
We
show.
go run
Yeah, I
Coop.
got it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Well, let's run Coop, and then we'll come back, and you can play that.
I just told everybody. Oh, I'm good.
You ready?
You can play hers first if you want it.
You want to play yours first? Just go with
can.
yours first, and then we'll play with Coop.
Yeah, we good.
Okay, so thank you guys.
Definitely respect her song, too. I like that record.
Vegas lights, they shine so bright with you. You're just my type and you don't have a clue. Let's have a glass of blueberry lemonade, sing off tune and dance like we're not afraid. When I'm with you, I fall harder every day. Boy, you are enough, you're worth it to me. I'll give what I got, if it's meant to be. I love who you are, I like what I see. Boy, you are enough, you're worth everything. You're worth everything. Boy, you are enough. Boy, you are enough. Air and fire, a flame that will always burn. Life with you excites me at every turn. Let's have a glass of blueberry lemonade, sing off tune and dance like we're not afraid. When I'm with you, I fall harder every day. Boy, you are.
Sorry I messed that up, but it's still a beautiful song, guys. Blueberry Lemonade. It's still going, but it's just streaming. I don't know what happened there.
Buffering.
It's buffering, guys. I hope you liked it. If it goes back on, you can continue enjoying it. But just look it up, Blueberry Lemonade. Mayjoy, Maejoy. The Noir Movement. Is featured on there. And if you actually subscribe, please do, to her channel on YouTube. You can hear her other song, I Choose Love, which is an absolutely amazing acapella that she does. Please, please, please check that out. I know, right, Steven? What growth. I don't know if you remember meeting her. She was so little when I started, playing music with you guys and Deaf Poet Society. Shout out to my old school band. I miss you guys. I love you so much. X-Ray Eye, Cabal the Nomadic One, of course, Soul Mystic. Our duets were always the greatest. I'm going to have to show you guys next week. We will do a little bit more on my music. But this week I had to share SCAR, a.k.a. Graveyard Boy, a.k.a. everything else, because he's just really very well fucking talented. And if his records don't show it, pretzels down. Fuck, excuse me. Darn.
Darn.
I think we're even. I think I knocked over.
I just vacuumed.
Yeah, I think she knocked over her.
So, it's still buffering. It looks like we're just not going to get that song. It's okay. Because you get the gist. Mayjoy, look her up. She's amazing. She's got Instagram, Blueberry Lemonade. She's on Spotify. Check. Please go to Spotify.
Go
to
stream that on
YouTube.
Spotify. We'll run it up. Most definitely. It's a great song.
Hey, you guys can talk for a second.
Oh yeah, for real. She got pretzels in the teeth. So yeah, what do we got over there, Serge? What we doing?
I got co-op.
Oh yeah, the co-op for the Coop. That was before the Eddie hit him.
This is actually called Coop.
For my friends that know Eddie, Eddie punched him.
Bye, babe. Deaf Poet Society.
You know what I'm saying?
Love you.
All right, so we gonna run
For
it.
life. Homie One Kenobi. No matter what, yeah. It's always going to be Deaf Poets.
Homie One Kenobi. dig that. That's cool.
It's crazy, Serge.
Did you hear that?
Share a live?
Did I do what?
Did you share a live?
I believe so.
I don't know if I can find you. You gotta tag me in that. If you can't tag me in that live, so that I can share it.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. The one that's going around the room.
Oh, it's on the Flow Ohio radio page. Let me play your song, man. We'll be
I was gonna say, yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah. Shout out to all my homies in the city, man. 352 don't get ready. No love, man. So Trill, if you're listening, Sean, if you're listening, we Graveyard Boys, they asked about us at the radio. They want us to come back. So next week I think it is, we try to get back here with the boys. Let everybody see the team. Like, shout out to Andrew, 352. Yeah, let's go. Game time.
I just can't fuck with you hoes. Flexing on bitches, I'm fucking the check up. I'm blowing the gas, I'm addicted to dough. Stacking the paper, I'm blowing these bags. Gray y'all boys, we destined to blow. Stacking this paper, I'm blowing these bags. The gray y'all boys, we destined to blow. Hop in the coupe and then light up the roof. Hoes said they tell me the kid is the truth. Dope in the front, so I light up the booth. Eat a flavor, get baby, you know you some boost. Flavor, get baby, got those with the goose. What you can if you try and get loose. What you can if you try and get loose. Shady come away with baby, cut the kid, got a juice. Bossed up to the baseline, got a moves. Everybody know live scrap with a tool. Showed up to the club, ball full of goons. Everybody strapped up and the light go boom. Back from the dead, I was scar with me. 2.40 for nip, rest the beast of the rule. Fuck my emotions, I lock in the stool. Rest a beast of my system, I'ma kill it for you. Gang.
Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. Hey, hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. I might hop out of a ghost. Honestly, nobody knows. I get deflection, women be jacking, but I be doing the most. Yeah. Got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. Yeah, two with it.
But I'm strapped up, then I'm back up. Share the room when a young nigga act up. Mask on, you a fuck boy, young. Better tell your whole sack, got a mask on. Chase your dreams, yeah. Better know you gotta repeat. Been talking up on the block. Whole team just like Big Mitch. Whole win with no defeats. Took a flight to the hills, it's cheap. 500 pass on the jet. Probably be back in like a week. Told trailer pot the trunk. We got that shit for cheap. She told me she love me, she love the music, she love the treat. Took her trip to Bora Bora. Boy, you smoking 10 and G. Twist these flavors up, I'm smoking, blowing guns of OG. Run at the blunt, homie girl, I'm about to OD. Just keep my name on by your mouth. I have my killers, go beats on the plane.
Hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. Hey, hop out in the coupe with it. Drop top on the roof with it. Bad girls need two with it. Hey, got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. I might hop out of a ghost. Honestly, nobody knows. I get deflection, women be jacking, but I be doing the most. Yeah. Got cash on me, blue tinted. Trap phone in the two with it. I'm about that rum two with it. Yeah, two with it.
Right, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed that as I did. And if you want to enjoy more, please stay tuned. I am going to get all the information on SCAR's amazing shit right now. Like all the stuff that's happening, and through it, he's still out here making sure he's setting a great example for his child and everybody else. Just keep on moving, sharing positive things on his music, as opposed to things that are just who cares. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say it that way. Who cares? Things that are unattainable to us, that we know we'll never get in life. Why throw that in our face? How about let's talk about some things that are going to spread some positivity and growth in our new society, because that's what's about to happen. We're about to have a new society. And so being a part of that and having the opportunity to be a part of it like he is as a single father, spreading it through his music is, I can do nothing but stand behind that and stand by it. My daughter's doing the same thing. Everybody should really just take this opportunity to grow. Do whatever you can that you didn't have the time to do. Everyone that was like working is like, God, I wish I could fix that shed. God, I wish I had time to clean my car. Oh, I wish I finished that book. God, I really should write a song right now. Do it. Just do it. Oh, me? Oh, I wanted to jump out of an airplane. I was like, tomorrow I think we should jump out of airplanes and just like, fuck it. Yes, and I did. Absolutely. Sure did. You know what? I'm not staying in this house. I think I'm just going to go take a drive to Tennessee and Alabama and Georgia. Just do it, yo. All right. We only got one life. Live it. Because, just because you're alive doesn't mean you live in it. So live that life that you have, that you are granted and blessed with. Thank you so much for being on this show. Thank you so much for the short notice on coming.
I'm just thankful that the fans got to hear what we're doing, because I ain't gonna lie and I'll tell you, I wasn't stir crazy about the situation.
Talk about stir crazy.
Just literally just going through it. What I want to say, make sure you pass it. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna knock down some cookies.
You like that? Ninja caught that this time. I learned it my lesson.
So, that part. I just want to say thank you. Like, thank you to, I've been begging Serge for an interview live. I've been begging for,
thanks to Coca-Cola.
You know what I'm saying? To the homies.
Sponsor.
To get real with this music, because I'm about to light the city up, and I think that we're all about to be able to sit back and watch, because we got so much time on our hands, what I have in store. So now that I got y'all guys' attention, I don't know which camera. This camera that's doing all the.
Yeah, that's this one right here.
I hope y'all guys really paying attention to this. From the 352-813-727. I've been around the world and back, so I just want to let y'all guys know I came back to the city to fuck shit up. Like I'm really gonna fuck some shit up. Like I just want you guys to know that, like, I've been working, and everything I told y'all guys was gonna become. My homies have made sure that they were in pocket. Shout out to Jocelyn in British Columbia who held me down, like, on the music side. She just believed in me, like, on some just original shit, like pushing everything that we doing, marketing campaigns, and just like the waves that we're about to create in the city, and to gather the radio stations to get behind us, what we're doing. It's pretty powerful. So my last record that I got is Dear Alex, and I'm probably gonna get my ass beat when I get home.
That's how it goes.
When I get to the Orlando.
Was that okay?
Because
probably
definitely.
Whatever you did, yeah.
Because I'm probably not supposed to play. I was supposed to send this record to my uncle before I threw it on the air. But I really felt like when I left, Millie asked me, she's like, "Are you gonna play it?"
Hell yeah, I only lost one.
And yeah, I'm gonna spend it on air tonight. Shout out to my little cousin Alex.
Man,
I want to dedicate this show.
Blessed. I feel really honored.
I want to dedicate this show to you, because on tour, I wasn't eligible to go home and be with him bedside and take my daughter to be with him, in recovery. So, being in the studio with this lockdown shit and the everything's going on, I wasn't eligible to go home. So this is kind of my letter to him, to stay strong. He had this surgery where he had a critical surgery that he might not have came back from. So, being the fact that he came back and he's so strong, as a 14-year-old kid, I'd like to dedicate this song to my grandma Lee and Theo and the fam out there, Brandon, Alex, and Jasmine. Isaiah, Matthew, Janae, and Millie. If you're watching this, Millie, I love you. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm doing out here. I'm
Yes,
going
Millie,
against
thank
all
you for letting
odds.
Dad come out and
I told her tonight. I said I gotta go out there. She's like, "You wearing your mask?" I said, "Yes, I got it."
Don't worry, we good.
Shout out to just the kids worldwide that's paying attention, that's really focused on what I'm doing. I'm trying to change my city up with the way they look at this music shit. You know what I'm saying? They look at us different. Shout out to DBM, shout out to Tiz, you know what I'm saying? Bones, all the bros back home. Trill, Sean, Andrew, they call them for the Graveyard Boys at the radio. I got that on film, so we're gonna show you that. But this is to the fans worldwide that's listening, to the people. Like, stay together. Fuck social distancing. I say stay together, because I think that what they're trying to do is divide us.
Facts.
So stay healthy.
Population control.
Stay clean. Wash your hands. Wash your motherfucking hands, man. Straight
and
up.
don't lick things.
Straight up. And just stick together. Generation changes. Graveyard Boy shift. You know what time it is. SCXAR. Alex, if you're listening, I love you. And I dropped this record on the radio tonight to prove it to you. We out here. BX.
Say bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. That's the All J All Day show. I love y'all.
I'll give y'all guys
Peace
all
in
the
the
social
Middle
media
East.
in the description below when I drop the video. Stay
Chicken
tuned.
grease.
Yeah. He went outside?
He ate grapes outside with fruit. And I ate a cookie with grapes.
I miss you so much, man.
Yeah, Alex, in my voice, baby, please don't cry. God turned you to a man in the blink of an eye. Jasmine sent me that picture and fucked me up inside. Called Jasmine on the phone and said, put him on live. My heart sucked inside my chest until you opened your eyes. Use my music to recover, baby boy, don't cry. Jasmine always stay strong and mind power your mind. Grandma Lee, stay strong, I'll be home in no time. I'm out here on tour, while I'm thugging in the grind. Had a conversation with God. Screaming, keep Alex alive. I don't want to take away from Theo or just make Brandon cry. I bow my head and told Valley, keep my angel alive. I love you, Alex. I know some girls that need affection. I pray the Lord to answer questions. Every lesson is a blessing. I know some boys that need direction. I know some girls that need direction. I pray the Lord to answer questions. Every lesson is a blessing. Yeah, Millie, I'll always love you when them skies get gray. And I know my love's not strong enough to cure all your pain. Don't cry, hold your hand, baby, just let me explain. Alex got a little sick, he got an infection in his brain. Seeing the tears on your face, man, I'm going insane. And I never told you, but baby girl, your brother's in the grave. See my ex supported my son, so don't tell me about pain. See my ex supported my son, so don't tell me about pain. They say silence is golden, but it's never explained. She can't lose another person, feel like she been hit by a train. Teach these kids to love themselves and that it's gonna be okay. Chase your dreams cause I believe in you, I'm thankful to say I love my family with a passion, one day I'll explain. What's a daughter without a father's love, it's not by the fame. I love my daughter so much, I watch her cry in the rain. Alex, if you're listening, my daughter felt all your pain. Waking up with anxiety, baby, it's gonna be okay. I love you both with all my heart, I taught these kids better ways. I love you so much, man, until they put me in the grave. Alex opened up his eyes and put a smile on Millie's face. I love you, Alex. I know some girls that need direction. I pray the Lord to answer questions. Every lesson is a blessing. I know some boys that need direction. I know some girls that need direction. I pray the Lord to answer questions. Every lesson is a blessing.
And please contact my other grandson, Jay Hewitt Davis. I always put that English in there because you're a native. I don't give nobody with any place in.
I love you, yo.
They said they make him put headphones on.
Thank y'all for tuning in to All J All Day. We're gonna go lose it out, right? Or is it? Oh yeah, never mind.